damn it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show. Now we can take off the headphones. And hello, my name is Dave. I'm always missing. I can never get, Mike, I can never get the chat room, the YouTube thing correct. I don't know why. I want to see everybody's chats. I already saw Angela. There we go. And hello, Angela. Hello, Aaron. I feel like I'm in Romper Room, if anybody remembers that reference.
Angela. Anonymous.
Nothing's turning. I don't know. That's because hold on, everybody. I know this is so unprofessional, but then I'm not very professional. I'll just leave it here and I'll figure it out. Anyway, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show. My name is Dave Juskow. Hello, Anonymous. And I said, just get Dan in the house. That's right. And well, we'll explain later. And this is we do the show every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Me and Mike Suarez to promote the greatness of the Comedy Cellar and what is the greatest comedy club in the nation. If you were here in the West Village this evening, oh my God, would you be in for a treat? Not only are there like so many shows, there's like 9 shows a night, but you get the best comics in the country. Tonight, you'd be able to see our friend of this show, Nick Griffin, perform, and he's great. I saw him trying out some new material recently. The guy is a professional and awesome, and you know how we love him on this show. And if you were here late night, you'd get to see David Attell, or David Attell, as I used to call him. And if you were at the Vegas Comedy Cellar, right? I'm having a little senior moment. Then, of course, you get to see our friend Mark Cohen, but also there this week, Marsha Warfield. I haven't seen her in years, and they made the Night Court reunion without her. What's that all about?
Oh, reboot.
Yeah, the reboot, yes.
They made it without Harry Anderson, too.
The what?
They made it without Harry Anderson, too.
Oh, yeah. and it is, well, you know, Melissa Rauch plays his niece, I think.
Is it niece or daughter?
Is it daughter? I can't remember either. But yeah, it's sadly missing him. And Marky Post. She's dead too. What is that all about?
Marky Post is dead?
I think she died.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dead to us.
Yeah. Dead tired of the high cost of living. But that's the story that you could see today if you were down here in the West Village or in Las Vegas. Anyway, a big announcement. You know, we don't usually have a lot to promote like this, but let's face it, for the first time ever. I mean, Mike, how long we've been doing this show?
10 years.
Since COVID. So maybe 3 years.
Let's say 10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
10 years. Mike and I have been together on Tuesday nights, doing whatever, having a good time, having guests, having a couple laughs, having you guys in the chat room. It's been super fun. But this Saturday, for the first time, Mike and I are working together.
That's not true.
In Rutherford, New Jersey.
We've worked together before.
We have? Oh, yeah. That's right. Oh, I forgot about that. But this is like
the first time in Jersey.
But this is a paid gig. So Saturday night, 8:30 at the Williams Center.
Yep.
In Rutherford, New Jersey. I just saw the email, Mike. That's why I was excited.
Yeah.
I didn't want to tell you in line. I just saw the email that Mike is on the show. Meanwhile, the funny thing is, I was there last weekend and I saw the poster and Mike was on it. I'm like, well, when's he coming here? And they're like, relax, he'll be here. But you know, anyway, so that's the excitement. Yes, Scruffy Bones. About time I made an honest man out of Mike. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, happy birthday to Scruffy from last week.
Oh, yes. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. If I could just turn this around and see. I just need to hold this up so I can see the chats. Really, I got a new phone case just so I could do for this show. All right, that's good enough. Jenny Cohn Sanchez, nice to see you. Anyway, let me introduce my guest this evening. I'm very excited that she's here. You are going to like her very much. We just started becoming friendly, maybe about a year. Please welcome Rachel Lenahan, everybody. Hello.
Hi, thank you for having me. This is a nice treat. Wow, I'm really excited.
Well, we're excited to have. That is how you pronounce your name, right?
What'd you say?
No, I don't want to say it again.
You said it right then.
Okay, good. Yes, I met Rachel at Richard Klein's class that he teaches, and I was enamored with her because she's cute. And then it turns out she has a whole bunch of other things that are cool. Then I actually saw her perform, and I actually thought there was a chance there for her to do well. You know, it's like, I mean, listen, I like I don't want to say discovering new people, but I get excited when you see people that I think have an opportunity to do well. And it's funny. There's no way you'd be on the show if I thought you stunk. Just because you're pretty doesn't mean that you can just get by.
No,
And it means that for a lot of other people. I just can't be friendly with those people. I mean,
right. We
maybe I could
talked
be
about
friendly with them, but I wouldn't put you on this show or anything else. But Rachel's cool, and I'm going to prove that to you. Well, right now, actually, I mean, why don't we do this? We'll do this, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So Rachel also is an artist and a really good one, but she's got this wonderful idea, I guess, that she was kind enough to share for me. It's not ready yet, and it was a video she showed me for a new kind of Bob Ross like painting show, but for a quirky young lady who really it blew me away. I will tell you, I wasn't lying to her when I said this. And I cut it down today because it's about 5 or 6 minutes long, maybe, or something.
Yeah.
And it's really great. And it's totally watchable. And it's not, but we don't have that kind of time. So I cut it down to about a minute. I just have the opening and of course your artistry and the funny story you tell while she's doing art, which I've never seen before. And I think it's really cool. So Mike, is it cool? Can you play that now?
Oh yeah, only if you read that comment.
Oh, it's mostly because they're attracted that you have them on high. Same reason you have Mike's right. Right. Okay, Jenny, there's a definite point there. Of course. But yeah. Yes, I suppose if you were unattractive, even if you were talented, you probably wouldn't be on. I mean, I made it very clear that I was only having attractive girls on the show. And then the next week we have Joey Cola. So I don't know. It's I mean, it's fun to say, but whatever. Well, sometimes I have pretty girls on that have no talent, but they're just pretty, but they're not trying to be comics.
So what do they do? What do they talk about?
What's the difference? Sorry, I didn't mean to break up you. No, I don't know. The last time we had Sophia in here, she just talked about Bitcoin.
Okay.
So she's crazy. Dogecoin and her obsession with Dogecoin. Hi, Aunt Judy. I'm glad you're busy. I don't like when you're just lying around. That's my real Aunt Judy.
Aw.
Yeah, and she always comes on. And I went to see her last week, and I apologize about the pictures of the garage door, but I couldn't, I couldn't contain myself. I had to show it.
Where does she live?
In New Jersey.
Where you grew up.
Yeah, so her and my mom used to live in the same community, but then my mom moved into an independent living facility, and Aunt Judy still lives at that house. So then I go to see her and my mom's old neighbor, not old neighbor, but old neighbor. And it's funny, folks, I don't think I told you this, but it's really great. Next door at my mom's old house, I just went by it last week. There's just a big sign that says, God bless America. And, like, I feel like there's a Confederate flag up there. Like my mother would have a heart attack if she drove by there again. So we can never take her there. Or maybe it was something, it's something not anti-Semitic, but it's not Jewish oriented. So it's pretty funny. Anyway, Mike, is it cool? Can we show the
Yes.
video? I think you guys are really going to like this a lot.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to draw a picture of a high school teacher that I once had. She was so mean. She yelled at me in front of everyone just for using a glitter pen on a standardized test. Miss H made me cry 3 times that year. So you'll see I've been adding color to the page now. I used red because it's an intense warm color that captures the viewer's attention. Anyway, I was so mad that I developed a whole plan to get back at her. I was going to buy a one-way bus ticket to Russia and make sure she got on that bus on Monday at 3 p.m. So Monday came and Miss H didn't show up for school. And I thought, oh my God, my plan is ruined. I asked the school principal what happened to her, and he told me that Miss H ran over her own foot with her own car. You'll see I drew in some trees. I like to make trees with a free-flowing impressionistic style. They breathe life into the drawing. I kept imagining all the ways in which she could run over her own foot. I drew different variations. In one version, she was running over her left foot, in another it was her right foot. It's good to make multiple drafts until you find one that you really like. My college painting teacher told me that. Don't get me started on her. So in this picture, you'll see I drew her inside of her car and the tire has rolled over her foot. That beauty in the distance with the long flowing hair, that's me. Now for some finishing touches. And we are done.
I just think that's absolutely terrific. As you saw, Angela also she said this is so cool because it is so cool. Very after schoolish, exactly. I know there's something about it makes you happy, and there's so much more to it. She doesn't have it so everybody can see it yet because she's just working on it, but there's so much more, like, it shows, you're real fun. Like, it gives off your comedy. She also goes and interviews people, and it's funny. It's a really good package. I really think I would watch that show all the time if it was on. Jenny Cohn Sanchez, like, everybody liked it. It's
Oh,
really
thank
funny. It's cool.
you.
There's so much more to it. And like I said, I just took a clip so we could show you what Rachel's all about, kind of. And there's so much more. In fact, you just did a half hour, which I didn't go to because you were doing it with somebody else. And I'm like, not interested in seeing somebody I don't know's half hour. I'm sure she's delightful.
Great. She's wonderful.
I don't care. So sorry. And I do apologize for that. But how did it go?
It went terrific. I had a lot of friends come out, a lot of friends from high school, previous bosses, just random people that I've known for a long time. And it was great. It's so nice to do a long set, 30 minutes.
I'm glad you think that. Here's some of the reviews that I had seen. Play enjoyed by all. No, I'm glad it went well. And I'm sorry I couldn't be there, but
You don't go out on Sundays.
well, I don't go out on Sundays. I hate going out on Sundays, for one thing. That's a fact. Because people have asked me to perform on Sundays all the time. There's I think there's a show down the street. They're like, you got to come on Sundays. You can definitely get on Sundays. And I'm like, I don't like going out on Sundays. And I didn't even work on Mondays usually. And I just hate going out on Sundays. I don't know what it is, but the point is the other person. Because what if she went first?
She did go first.
Well, then what am I going to, I'm not going to come in the middle or was there a break in between?
No.
Yes. No, that's not
You
cool.
just didn't watch.
No. First of all, I hate stand-up comedy. And the only people I go to watch, sometimes I'll go, like, for instance, I saw Jessica Kirson. Yeah, exactly. They have parades that block my access to the garage on Sundays. It's a problem. Anonymous knows. I just saw Jessica Kirson 2 weeks ago, and I said, I saw you put out your schedule. I think I'm going to come to one of the shows. She goes, well, let me know. I'll see it, because I'm like, I like to see some of my friends that I've known forever do full sets, because here in the city, we only see them do 15 to 20 minutes.
Mhm.
So somebody like Jessica, I've never actually seen do 45 minutes to an hour. I want to go see her, but I mean, I already know her stuff. Seeing somebody I don't know, I would definitely watch you for a half hour, and I would want to support you. But seeing somebody I don't know, Mike, am I off on this? Or, that's a real to do. We're not that close yet, where I got to sit through that, where I have to,
Don't you like discovering things?
yeah,
You
but
gotta
I
give
can't
things
be
a
sure that,
chance.
yes, but for 5 minutes. To sit for, what if I hate it 5 minutes? I'm like, oh my God, is it going to be like this all day? I just got my period today. And I don't know. I'm sure it's not like that, but that's the hilarious way to think that a girl does comedy. Good Lord. Now they're going
okay.
to put up the reviews of this podcast don't affect. By the way, Marcy her grandfather's dying again. So she is at the hospital and won't be able to make it today. It's not that big a deal. He's old. Yeah, you gotta get over yourself with this death stuff. It's pretty cool. It's frightening how many people murder Jessica's last name. How is it? Isn't it Kirson?
Kirsten.
Oh,
isn't it?
Well, then I murdered it too.
You've known her for a long
Apparently,
time.
I don't know her. She never corrects me.
Hmm.
People murder my name all the time.
You should have her on. Have her.
I have. She
say
used
her
to be
name.
on when she's on virtually a lot because she has kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
With with another girl.
What is wrong with you?
I like to pretend I'm really old and I don't know what things are. But I say that to her all the time. What do you mean you have kids? Yeah, it's funny to me. Yeah, an old man yells at me. And they make fun of me all the time. So yeah, anyway, what are your plans maybe for that project?
For the drawing show, the Drawing with Rachel.
Yeah.
Well, we made a second episode. We did create a YouTube channel. So it's a project with me and a very close friend of mine named Rachel Suffian. We
Yeah, I didn't care for her.
Oh my God, stop.
I'm having fun.
We met at UCB. So we
Ugh.
oh my God. and we remained friends, and we made this project together. So we had the second episode completed, and we're making a third one. So.
Is she the one that like? Is she in it? No, she
No.
directs it and produces it and everything. Because I got to say, it's fantastic. It's so well made. Let me tell you one amazing thing about it that people don't get. This, first of all, this is a very professional production. Even the opening, it's hilarious and it's well done. But the most important thing about people like that do this kind of stuff that are just starting out and they don't have all the professional stuff is the sound quality.
That's what Rachel does.
And
she does audio.
See, that folks, if you're ever going to try anything like this, you got, if you don't have good sound quality, it looks unprofessional. And then it hasn't been done professionally. So brilliant. You got lucky, I guess, because you probably didn't even know how important it was. And you got to work with a girl that does sound stuff. The most important thing, professional sound quality, even it can be dark, it can be out of focus, but professional sound quality makes it seem legit. And I don't know, otherwise it sounds like a porno. And I mean, I've seen countless things, people's reels that they'll put up on IMDb, and I'm like, that's what you're showing people? This clearly not a real movie. I made this horrible movie that everybody knows because you can see the reviews on Amazon Prime, and they're like, what the fuck is that? People are angry about it. They want their money back, and they only pay $1. So that's not good. But it's about the Cars, the band The Cars, and I made like a full-length movie about this band The Cars. And all of our friends are in it and stuff, and it's really fun, but it's not good. But the one good thing about it is that the sound quality is perfect, and it makes it sound like like it could be a real movie if it was directed and written better. That's all my fault.
You can really hear the disappointment,
let alone the fact that I'm the lead in the movie. But
you had a friend who did sound professionally as well.
Exactly. Well, I was adamant about it because I said, look, even if it wasn't, I didn't know what I was doing, which I didn't. I mean, the sound quality was the most important thing. So it looks like I don't know. There's something about the sound quality that's important, but your whole thing looks really great. And I'm sure everybody can tell you this when we're watching, even the drawing, when you're drawing, it's perfect. And you can see everything and hear you perfect. And the way you even fast forwarded through everything, the timing is good. I guess the whole thing was a minute. And the best part is, folks, that she leads up to it, and like, this is going to be the thing. And the story's funny. And if you just did a show, which you're planning, I guess, funny things that happen to me and then draw about it, I mean, that's hilarious. It's the perfect thing. The teacher ran over her own foot. That's like
a true
really,
story.
I know it is. You told me that. And that's terrific. So, I mean, we've seen, when you have a special or something like that and you're doing it. See, this is why I hate comedy, right? Everybody's is the same. Everybody's is the same. Now, thank goodness. Yeah. Thank you, Jenny. Because I know you do this kind of stuff too. What was I saying? I lost my place.
Sound quality, specials, why you hate comedy.
Yeah, specials. That's why I'm kind of glad everybody's been going down to half-hour specials. Because there's very few people that can do hour-long specials, right? That we can stomach. I mean, those like a Chris Rock or somebody like that, or a Chappelle.
Right.
They're professionals and they can talk for people, and people are okay with this. But some people should just stick to a goddamn half hour. I mean, quite frankly, even some of our friends, not whatever. If I go see them, I'm like, 45 minutes for a headliner at a club is perfect. Any longer than that, you have a guest host and, an opener or mic, 45 minutes is perfect. Yeah. Leave the audience wanting more. That's an hour of one person who's just okay isn't good enough. And that's what all of the comedy clubs, that's why this club is the best. Everybody's 15 minutes and they're out. You want to see them, you like them, go see them do a longer show somewhere else. This club gets it right. And then they let the pros go a little longer. I mean, the real pros, the walk-ins, like Chris Rock, if he's planning a special or something like that.
How long does he do?
As long as he wants. Apparently, that's what Chappelle does. Sometimes I get angry at him because it's like he comes in and bumps like a lot of the other people, and I've always, and I love him, and he's always been really nice to me. But I'm always like, it's one of those guys, and it's not just him. It's people like, you got to remember where you came from, but they clearly don't remember how it was to wait to go on. And like,
yeah.
So, but that's all right. He's at a level where, don't worry about where you came from. You've gone into the stratosphere.
Right. You might as well take advantage of it if you make it to that level too.
Exactly. Right. I mean, let's face it. I would totally do that. But I wouldn't care to remember where I came from. What did somebody just say about Jerry Seinfeld? Oh, unless it's Jerry Seinfeld, Louis C.K., Chris Rock, Bill Burr. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Seinfeld can come on and do whatever he wants. The audience is thrilled. But I mean, seriously, with Jerry Seinfeld, a great example. Do you want more than 45 minutes of Jerry Seinfeld? He just tells jokes. You don't even find out about him. It's not like a Chappelle where here's a story. I have news information that I want to put a spin on. Jerry Seinfeld just tells airplane jokes.
How often do you get to be in a room with Jerry Seinfeld in your life? Only a few times, or not even.
And that's
any.
too much. He's not that great a guy, but he's certainly an excellent comic. All right, that's not her view, everybody. So
yeah, your words, not mine. I think I've never.
No, Scruffy Bone said Noam said Jerry thought he was given the light and will never come back to the cellar. Well, that's probably
Tom
true.
Papa called him, so I don't know if
That was that right.
fixed.
But anyway, yeah. So I like this show because this is taking your stand-up comedy and putting a twist. So there's like, here's what I would normally do on stage, but I'm also doing this interesting. Somebody is making a twist and something new to stand-up comedy, and thank God.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm looking
you.
forward to whatever this is, whatever it becomes. If it was on Netflix, I'd probably watch every episode. Well, I would, because it's entertaining, it's soft, it's easy, it's something you can, just put on and enjoy. And I wouldn't have it on in the background. I'd be interested in it. And again, if you see is it available for everybody to see now? I know you had it in secrecy for a while.
Yeah, well, it's on my paid my like RachelLenahan.com. I have the first episode. I think I have both episodes, and then we also have a YouTube channel which is Drawing with Rachel, but that's a little hard to find. Yeah,
these guys will watch because it's great. Even the interviews and everything. It's all really good. Yeah, you put a lot of time into it, and you can tell, and that's the beauty.
Yeah,
it's so not half-assedly put together, and that's what makes it so good. And that's why I wanted to sing your praises here today.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I told you that.
It means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, well, it should. You can see how I badmouth a lot of other people.
You do.
If I like somebody, it's the real deal, But this is not my eating shirt, Angela. This is I was wearing my eating shirt. Well, I wasn't. I was wearing a regular shirt yesterday. Wouldn't you know? I almost made it without spilling something on it, and just I was finishing the appetizer, and the main course came, and so I was holding a fork full of something, and of course it spilled right. I almost made it. I spill stuff on every shirt I've ever owned. So do
you get the stains out?
Well, I go to my dry cleaner, and then she's always like, "You eat good." And I'm like, "Shut up, mean, you whore." I'm really angry with it. And all this on Flag Day tomorrow too. I mean, I can't even believe it. What are you gonna do for Flag Day?
Go to work, and what's tomorrow? Wednesday. Probably do some comedy. Probably do some stand-up.
You do stand-up almost every night.
I do.
Yeah,
I sure do.
It's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
That would be the worst thing that ever happened to me.
What? You must have done it that often at some point, right?
What would make you think that?
Because you're still doing it.
Am I?
Yeah.
Do you know that for a fact?
Yes.
Where have you seen me do it?
I saw you in what was that? December at Caroline's.
That's 5 months ago.
And then I saw you.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, when's the last time you performed?
2021, I think.
No,
I don't. Well, this is new. I pretty much took a year off.
Don't you have a show here that you do?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
I did it last week. Yeah.
Okay,
No, I've been doing more, but I definitely don't do it every night.
Yeah.
I've been trying to just do a weekly show. Like once a week, which I'm doing in New Jersey with Mike this week.
Me too, right? Am I on that?
Well, you could be.
You told me I was going to do it.
Well, not this week.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say this week.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where we had miscommunication where you thought the show was tonight.
I thought you said we're going to do the podcast and then I'll drive you to the show.
No. I don't know where that got miscommunicated. First of all, that show's not tonight. But I said I can get you on that show at some point.
Okay, great.
And I can drive you there because I can drive Mike there. Well, actually, I can't drive you. I can drive you home, Mike, if you need a ride.
Okay. We'll talk about it.
So not this Saturday.
No, because they already have the
great. Because
I don't produce the show, but the guy asked me, "Do you know anybody who would be good for the show?" I see. So that's why I told you, and I do think I've seen your comedy, and it's good. It's interesting. It's like
you came to a show that the audience wasn't good.
Yes, but sometimes you can see when somebody is good anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think Alon said you were you were good too.
Aw.
They all know Alon because he co-hosts the show sometimes.
He's a nice guy.
He's all
You
right.
guys go.
I mean, here's a guy that, this guy, I mean, if it wasn't for his amazing hair, I don't know where he'd be in this business. I mean, it's just, he's very handsome, and some people get ahead like that, but no, he's terrific. But and he's, the good thing about Alon is I can put him, like I was able to put him up on my show because he's Cellar passed and everything. And, I can trust, I know he's going to do the job. And he's fantastic, so it's great. So,
Yeah.
but with you, I'm just learning about you. So, I mean, I'm sure you'll be able to do the job, but you are, you're just getting it together. And, I'm excited to see where you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And if you're doing it every night, that is the total key. So it's just funny. I don't know how to stop the notifications on my phone. Today I'm like, I'll try this today.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
You got to go to settings.
I did that. I've done it 3 different ways and it never stops. And the worst part is my friend Lee is not watching this show, and he just texted me, ease off on the pasta. He just made a fat joke. Because that's in the Cars movie. And maybe he is watching because that's in the Cars movie. David Tell says that to me when I'm playing Rick Ocasek and he's really stick thin. And he goes, hey, Rick Ocasek, he's up on the pasta. And I'm like, that's not in the script.
Wait, you play a thin car?
No, it's the car. The Cars is a band. And I play the lead singer who's like stick thin like you.
I see.
And but I get fatter as the movie goes on by accident. And because we shot it over like 6 months. And then Attell just goes, hey, he's up on the pasta. And I'm like, that wasn't in the script. I don't remember because I wrote the script. I'm like, I wouldn't have written that. But we had to keep it because it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Because no one would ever say that to that guy. He was the thinnest dude ever. Right, Mike?
Yeah, Rick.
Yeah. Yeah. If you pull up a picture of him, you'll see he's like he never gained weight until 70s. Like he was like really super thin.
Yeah.
But
Marky Post died in 2021 of cancer.
Yeah. That's 2 years ago now. So do you want to look at the ones I sent you, Mike? Like number 1, you ready?
1 second. I have the picture of Rick Ocasek.
Oh, even better. Yeah. Is there anything you wanted to talk about before I move on?
I don't know anything about Bitcoin. Is that?
Well, we'll have you on anyway. Oh, here's the picture of Rick Ocasek. See? Well, see, there he doesn't look stick thin, so I guess he's a little older.
He looks very thin.
It looks like Tig Notaro in 8 years.
Yeah. My God. So, but 20 years before that, he was even thinner. So that's the guy I was playing. And that's when Attell goes, hey, Rick Ocasek, ease up on the pasta. The best part about that movie is I only have 12 lines.
That you wrote for yourself.
Yeah, because I didn't want to, I hate memorizing. So I don't talk. And when I do talk, it's like this. I wanted to something like that. Stupid. You saw him on the Anonymous saw him on the platform, 72nd and Broadway. Yeah. He lived in Gramercy Park for years. He married Paulina Poroskova, got really angry. They divorced, got really angry at her before he died and left her out of the will. She's really pissed. And that's why she keeps showing herself with naked all the time. She's like, I'll show him.
She's in her 70s too?
No, she's in her, I think she's my age.
Uh-huh.
She's not in her, no, she's in her 50s.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mike, if we could start with the news of what's happening in the news today. I have the picture. I'm sure. What did you do when these? Did you go out that Wednesday?
Yeah, I was working framing. People, like 3 people came in to get art framed.
Really?
Yeah.
And
they wore masks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, how mad was I that we're going back to having masks? I mean, I was like, oh, just pile it on. You got to be kidding. Because even at my mother's place, which was the last place where we had to wear masks, the old people didn't have to, but we had to. They were even like, you can take them off today. And then the next week, you're going to put them back on for this stupid thing. We always like putting the New York Post headlines up, blame Canada. That's hilarious. So it's true. Just like he took her money, Dave used, and now she took care of him. Wait, what? Unbelievable. He took her. Oh, you're talking about Rick Ocasek again.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a complete asshole about it. Yeah. But this is just like a South Park episode, it's like the movie. We are going to go to war with Canada we will blame them. And so you should, if you go to the next one, the next one has nothing to do with that. We'll talk about more of that later. I don't know if you heard about this. That's Conor McGregor, UFC fighter.
Oh.
So he's at the Miami Heat game and he a staged sketch, as you know about, because you're a UCB person. I like to make fun of UCB. He punched the mascot named they're the Miami Heat, and the mascot's name is Bernie, Burnie, and he punched him. And then if you go to the next picture, Mike, he it was all skit. And he punched him again, but the guy was actually really hurt, and he had to go to the hospital. It was hilarious, and not so hilarious. I mean, I don't know how he didn't pull his punches or whatever, but then he punched him again while he was down, and he really is down. It's like no joke.
Wow.
I mean, you feel bad for the guy totally, but
It
and I know a
got
lot of
hurt,
girls that are in
right?
those costumes.
Oh yeah.
You know, yeah, my friends worked for Rays, and they said there was this crazy girl that used to be in the Rays costume. She was just drunk all the time, and I'm like, well, who else do you hire to be a mascot? You know, like, I mean, what are they not going to drink? They're a mascot. You know, like it's got to be like the worst job.
But you have to take the costume off to like go to the bathroom. That's hard when you're drinking a lot.
Yeah, but that's why
Technicality.
you also drink, because you have to take the costume off to go to the bathroom. I mean, the whole thing is a disaster. It's a vicious circle. If we go to the next one, right, Treat Williams, he died today.
Yep.
And if you don't know him, and he wasn't that famous, but he was, like, if you go to the next picture, you might remember him as this guy from Hair.
Mm-hmm.
He was the lead in Hair. I remember him, Mike, from the Late Shift movie where he played one of the guy that helped out Letterman. He had a small part. I don't know why. And he was I remember seeing him in Prince of the City.
Is that his real hair?
And that maybe.
Maybe because it was 79, but it does look like a wig, doesn't it?
Does.
So I don't know. What's the next picture? I can't remember.
Well, he was awesome in Dead Heat and Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead as well.
Apparently he's also in so wait, this picture, so this is the musical Hair, but if you look on the bottom right, that's Mrs. Garrett. Yeah. And the best part about this photo, also Al Pacino's ex-wife is in this too. She's beautiful, Beverly D'Angelo. And so if you go to the next picture, there's Mrs. Garrett dancing on the table. But the best part about this is, like, have you ever heard of Treat Williams? Right. No, why would you? But the best part about this photo is that who got more famous? You go to the next picture, who got memorialized in fucking Family Guy? Mrs. Garrett. Now that's the biggest honor that there is. You've heard of Family Guy, right?
Yeah.
I rest my case. What's better? Oh,
Girls.
Mrs. Garrett's in like multiple episodes of Family Guy.
Oh wow.
Do you even know who Mrs. Garrett is?
No.
Oh, she was in a sitcom called The Facts of Life.
Oh yeah. I've
You've
known.
heard of that, yeah.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you take the good, you take the bad.
Yeah.
Take them both.
And there you have The Facts of Life. The next one I think is it Pat Sajak, who just announced his retirement today from Wheel of Fortune.
Oh.
That's him in, when did it start? 1982. Him and very lovely Vanna White. And then this next picture is the picture of them now, still looking pretty good. What is that, 40 years later? I think.
Wow.
Yeah, 40, right? 82 to 2022, 41. And then if you look at the next picture, that's Pat Sajak's daughter. And sometimes she takes over for Vanna and turns the letters.
Ah.
So they were talking about having her take over Pat Sajak's job, but in this climate, that can never happen.
Why?
Because people will just be furious.
Why?
Because it's nepotism, and it's
Yeah, but it never-
there's so many people that could get. With turning the letters, you can say, well, but if she ends up hosting the show when there's other qualified people,
Yeah, but nepotism happens all the time.
well,
It just happens.
Yeah, that's
I don't
the
know
problem.
whether she's that.
That's why
great.
people are mad about it, because it happens.
Well, now they're talking about Ryan Seacrest, like he doesn't host enough shows. My God.
Ugh.
Anyway, the next picture is my favorite because, as you know, I am all in on Aaron Rodgers these days. He's been everywhere. Do you know who he is?
Is he the one on the left or the right?
Oh, well, I mean, do you know who he is? He's the
No.
one on the left.
Okay.
He is the new quarterback for the New York Jets. He used to be on the Green Bay
Oh.
Packers, and
Oh.
he's awesome. And he just came to the Jets, and he's going to save us. He's going to be our new savior. It's like I love him. But of course, I loved the last quarterback, and he let us down. I had a poster of him over my wall. He was so handsome. So I'm totally in on this guy. So he moved. So he comes from Green Bay, and he comes to New York, and he is just totally enjoying the fruits of everything because he was stuck in Wisconsin for 15 years. So now he's having the time of his life. He went to the Taylor Swift concert. He was at the Ed Sheeran concert this week, and anything at MetLife Stadium where he's going to be the new king. He's that. But then he's also been enjoying New York. He's going to the Knicks game. And Sunday he went to the Tony Awards. I mean, it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. And that's another Jet player who was producing one of the shows. So they went to the Tony Awards together. But the best is, I don't think he knew what the Tony Awards was, because if you go to the next picture, he's like, "What the fuck? What is it? What's happening?" Because the Tony Awards, before everybody was okay with trans and gay and all this stuff, way before that, in the 70s, the Tony Awards on. This is the only place you saw gay people on TV, and it was always like, "I'd like to thank my lover." And that's why people were like, "What the hell? This is the Tony," but nobody cared. I mean, it's just like, but Middle America never got ratings, but in New York it got ratings. So he's probably like, "What is happening?" Because the person that won for Shucked is that woman that was on a trans person that was on the Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. You ever see it? And them, I'm not sure how to pronounce, is terrific, but he's probably like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." And he's a football player. He's look at the next picture. It's ew, why did I agree? What am I doing? I really
singing about corn.
yeah, they were singing about corn.
I saw Shucked.
Shocked. Oh, you
Yeah,
saw it? How
I
is
did.
it?
It
was
was
shocked.
good.
Yeah.
Sucked.
It
The
was shocked.
comedy is kind of annoying, though. When like musicals try to be funny.
Oh, yes,
like,
I do.
This is very predictable.
So, okay,
Yeah, it's
great
a show.
Great example.
Sorry.
Did it bother you because the audience was laughing?
Yes.
Isn't that the worst when you're a
Yes.
comedian and you're like I saw Book of Mormon, and Book of Mormon is fantastic,
Yeah.
right? That's really funny.
Well, the writers are from the
Right.
South
So that
Park.
was great. However, there's a point in it where they're talking about diarrhea and stuff like that, and so and the crowd's going crazy, and I'm like, really, because that happens a lot, right? They're laughing at stuff. You're like, if I was doing comedy right now, this audience would not be laughing like this. I mean, it. Thank God you get it and Mike gets it, because it's the most annoying thing. They will laugh at anything there. That's why I need to do a Broadway show. It's perfect for me, And
I think it'd be great. Do you sing?
I do. In fact, Liz, thank you very much. I saw your comment just before I went on. You enjoy my new Grease opening. I appreciate that. It's the new opening for my podcast.
You sing one of the Grease songs?
Yeah, I just sing Summer Lovin'. But we did
Aw.
Grease here we did it here.
Was Richard involved with that?
He was in the Godfather one.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So we did Grease here. Mateo Lane played Frenchie.
Oh.
Judy Gold played Rizzo. I played Danny Zuko.
Oh, yeah.
My friend Bethel played Sandy, and we sang all the songs and everything.
That sounds like
It was
fun.
really great. Sandy can't just walk out of it driving. And someday, forever, I kiss and wonder why.
You sound just like him. That was so
Well,
good.
I tried my best. Well, Sandy, you hurt me real bad. And
Do people you have a full audience?
when high school is? Yeah, it was amazing. It's surprising because you're like, they have to just know that we're doing a special production tonight. And certainly the people that were there, like, what the hell is this? But we read from the scripts, and I changed the script to make it funny and stuff, So
Nice.
people, I think when Noam fixes the McDonald's that they're opening, I think he's going to let me do it again there. And people really liked it, right, Mike? It was. I mean, were you ever there for them? I don't know.
No, I never got to see that.
Oh, yeah, we did The Godfather, Grease, Christmas Carol.
McDonald's?
He just bought the McDonald's down the street, the old
Yeah.
McDonald's down on 3rd Street, which is going to be another part of the Comedy Cellar.
Oh,
I've been trying to have
okay.
him on the show. He just hasn't been available.
You're not performing at a McDonald's.
No. It's going to be part of the Comedy Cellar.
Oh, nice.
And so it's got a balcony. It's more of a theater atmosphere. So I think, because he just asked me if I had them on tape. The parody song lyrics are the best part of the new podcast theme song. And thank you, Aaron. That's very nice of you. Thank you. I love singing. Sometimes I get carried away on the podcast and I just can't help myself. And I say, when we had COVID, I did a version of Summer Highland Falls, and I put all the Cellar people that we missed, because it was closed on a
Aw.
little loop. I think it's on my Instagram, but I'm not positive. If we go to the next picture, Mike, this is the last one. This is Elizabeth Hurley and her son. Awkward. I mean, they're both beautiful. It's just, I can't imagine me and Rhoda doing this. This is why that's my mom.
Aw.
I just can't ever see me and my mom doing this. I'm afraid my mom wouldn't
Were
be
you ever
wearing-
at a pool together?
Sure.
You
in the
must have
70s.
hugged, put sunscreen on each other.
No, never. No.
Did you
no,
not?
No.
And there was no sunscreen back then.
Mothers and sons didn't do that back then. There was, it was
Wear
awkward.
bikinis and
But
hug
she
their
looks like
shirtless
they both
sons.
look.
Plus, my mother was not wearing a thing like that. She didn't look like that at 50. She looks like she does now at 50.
We're
And
picturing it now.
and I, refused to be topless.
Who are they?
That's Elizabeth Hurley. She was in Austin Powers, the first Austin Powers.
Oh
What is that? 20, 30 years ago? Doesn't she look terrific?
That's insane.
She's
Yeah.
58.
No way.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, she's good. And that's her son, who's just as gorgeous.
Hmm.
But it's just an awkward mother and son photo. It would be an awkward father and son photo, I think. But I love it. Yeah, she looks amazing, Jenny, right? I mean, she is just totally stunning, and that accent is just perfect. She's British.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Hugh Grant cheated on her. That's the most ultimate part of the story. Who would cheat on that?
Is that his son or no?
No, they never had any kids.
Oh, okay.
That's it for that. Yeah, isn't that funny? She's so beautiful. And yeah, my mother, when we went to the pool, we go to a swim club, and it was awful. I just hated everything about it.
You hated going in the water.
Who's that?
That's Paulina Poroskova.
Oh, yeah, that's Rick Ocasek's ex-wife. Yeah. At the same age as Elizabeth Hurley. She looks terrific.
Where's her
She lives up
son?
the street. Good question. I think her sons are mad at her because they were Rick's sons too, right? And I think after he died, everything got weird. She's looking for a fella. I Instagrammed her multiple times. Said, I'm at the Cellar.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I did. I took a chance when I found out he
Did
was
she
dead.
read it?
I don't know. Is there a way to check?
Yeah, if it's Instagram, it says seen.
Should I look? I mean, it might as well, right?
Yeah, you have your phone.
Yeah, I would never normally do this, but let's see if she's ever. I put Pauline. Oh, that's right. I have shitty internet. Oh, maybe I can. Nope, it's really shitty internet in here. No, that's not worth it.
Sometimes I message George Bush and I tell him I like his paintings.
Really?
Yeah, but he's never seen it.
Well, it's funny when people get back. Oh, wait, what? The one on the left? What? No, we know she looks like that. She always
Oh,
shows
there is.
pictures of herself without makeup, and she's pretty bold. Right, show an old photo, Mike. Yeah, because she's one of the original 7 supermodels. Her, Christy Brinkley,
Kate Moss?
Kate Moss. No, yeah, Kate Moss. Turlington, I think, and who's the Cindy Crawford, and the black one. Sorry, we just saw her the other day. We had a picture of her. She looks amazing still. Who am I thinking of, Mike?
The one with the TV show, right?
What? No, not her.
I know
She's
who
too
you're
young.
talking about. I can't think of the name.
Yeah, I
but
can't
I
think of it.
framed a photograph of them before at the frame shop.
The original 7 supermodels.
No, just the 2, Kate Moss and then the woman that you're talking about. It was like a.
Yeah, who's the one that
photograph?
is it? Kate Moss that's in
I'm gonna look it
the
up.
picture in Love Actually? Is that who he holds up in the picture? Like,
Mm.
and then he brings her in Love Actually 2
Mm.
to the house.
There's a part 2.
Yeah, there's a part 2. Well, it's only like 10 minutes long. Richard Curtis made it for I have to cough. Made it for Red Nose Day because he invented that.
Do you do it? Do you participate? I can't.
Like buy one of those noses.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Because
Really?
I like Richard Curtis.
Oh.
And the beauty about that Red Nose Day is that he invented it, and it's been going on for 40 years. Like
I've never seen anyone wear one.
No, they wear them. But Naomi Campbell. Thank you, Elizabeth. Oh my God, that was going to drive me nuts. Yes.
Yeah.
The original 7 supermodels.
Yeah, 'cause I thought you meant Tyra Banks.
No, she's too young.
Yeah.
Anonymous says he got into clown collars that way. Yes. What's this?
This is Treat Williams and Dead Heat.
Oh, Dead Heat. Well, who was the other guy?
Joe Piscopo.
Right. Oh, right. They made a couple of movies, bad ones, with weird casting. That one, there's one with Jim Belushi, I think.
It's Jim Belushi and John Ritter is the other.
Oh, is
that you're
it
thinking
right?
of, yeah.
They just went
That's
crazy.
But-
good casting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
It's actually they're both
No.
okay movies. This one was directed by the guy who edited a bunch of movies. I think he was the guy who also wrote Lethal Weapon.
oh,
And they're supposed to be like Treat Williams'
I would
vehicle
agree.
into being a leading man, and it did not work out.
Oh, yeah. Rachel should do a bit on PDJ's parking adventures. Oh, that's true. Well, maybe she will. She's actually told me if I went to her show, she was going to draw me a painting.
I did.
Yeah.
Are you gonna come to my next half hour?
Yes.
What if I have another person?
Then no. Because I know the other
They're
person.
good. Okay.
No.
What if I introduce you?
What?
I'll introduce you.
What does that mean? Oh, to the person.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant from the stage, and I'm like, what will that have to do with anything? How will that affect? Won't that affect your
Yeah,
performance when
that-
everybody knows I'm in the audience? Oh my God, David just got.
I could do that too.
No.
Do you ever do that when you're up on stage and someone? Yeah, you do it about your sister. You mentioned your sister being in the crowd. I'm
I
sure.
mention my mother sometimes. you know,
Yeah.
like, my mother, ladies and gentlemen, please. Anyway,
Wait, what's new about your sister? I love this gossip.
new about her?
Yeah, you always have like a new like we're in a fight.
Oh, we're not in a fight now. We're
Okay,
okay. We're good.
that's-
We're really good now. Like we're brother and sister. We go through phases.
I get along with my brother all the time.
You get along with him all the time. You
All the
never.
time.
Oh, well, when you get older, you might fight over your parents.
How so?
Actually, you're right. My sister and I've been fighting for years. She hated me growing up, and maybe I hated her too. But then, we became friendly. But she's always been angry at me. She's always been angry.
What's the age difference?
2 years.
Ah, so very close.
But she always has been angry with me, like for whatever reason. Like I don't know what it. I mean, just jealous and angry. My dad was the same way. I rub people the wrong way apparently sometimes. I don't really understand it, but apparently no, it's fine. I think her and my dad, they're always just jealous that I always had a lot of friends because I'm kind of a jerk. So they just like, why are they friendly with him? But I'm charming. I hope. I don't know. But yeah, so
Have you become more of a jerk over time or less?
that's an excellent question. See, Anonymous is like, Dave is a jerk. They all know. The chat room all knows. So if you listen to my podcast, you just hear the rants about people I hate or whatever.
I've listened to a few.
And also about myself and that I'm a jerk too. I mean, at least I think that they appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
So, I always admit if it's my fault. And then, of course, there's the times where I'm like, and I mean, how is that my fault when maybe I'm off base? But if somebody tells me why and we can have a conversation, then I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. But
Maybe that's why you need all the friends to tell you
I think
about.
what happened was, I mean, I was always kind of an ass, but in college, I remember watching any movie. If you wanted to meet girls, you'd be a dick. Every movie from the 80s has shown us that the girls like the assholes. So I became a dick, and then I couldn't get out of character. So that's the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now I'm.
What about the one with the radio? Like,
See, Catalina from Chile. I mean, he is sweet sometimes. That pretty much describes me.
you know that
Thank you,
movie?
Catalina.
What the big boombox movie?
Oh, say anything.
Yeah, isn't he nice? I've never seen it, but he seems nice from.
He isn't. That's a movie. That's not
That's
real
what you're
life.
talking
That
about,
girl,
the
that girl's
movie.
not going to go out with her.
But you said you were influenced by the movies.
Yeah. And a lot of, I mean, you know what? It's not just the movies. It's real life too. I mean, what do you not know any of your girlfriends that are dating the worst people that you've ever seen and they just won't leave them?
No, they always leave.
They do. Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, you're lucky.
Yeah.
Most of
Cameron
my
Crowe's
friends-
full of shit. So
No, what?
Cameron Crowe's full of shit.
Yeah, Cameron Crowe. Exactly. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That girl's not going to say yes to going out with John. Well, maybe John Cusack, but not that character, John Cusack. Of course, my favorite part in the movie is the guys that are sitting at the gas and sip late at night. They're like, if you guys know so much about women, how come you're all sitting here just on a Saturday night, not a girl in sight? Conscious choice, dude. Conscious choice.
Bitches, man.
Yeah, bitches, man. All right, I'll see you guys later. That kid's like 9, right? That was so funny. There's a lot of good stuff in that movie, and there's also a lot of bad stuff. I can't sit through the part where the father gets like his taxes, all the stuff. Like, it drives me nuts. Have you seen the movie?
No,
Then why did you bring it up? It's all right. Look, I'm getting angry. I gotta relax.
I just thought you would know it. So
I do know it. You're right.
It seemed old and we're old.
But now I have a new character, and it's called Juskadan, and everybody knows about it. And it's like Just out all day, all night. What's up? I'm a go with the flow type of guy. Just like, yeah, bring on the drinks, man. We're doing this. But I have to put myself in the character. I can't just do it on a daily basis because, dude, I got to bail. That's the line. Yeah, so it's I did it when I went to Ireland with Jeff Ross. I'm like, I'm gonna go into my Just Gadan character. I'm always gonna be available. I'm not gonna go home, go to bed early, like it's that kind of thing. But you really got some mindset.
and it worked.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
The funny thing is when I put in the character and I tell people like I'm gonna go on my Just Gadan character, my friends who are when they know it's in are like, is that really something Juskadan would say. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get back into character. So it's really too, yeah, exactly. Catalina says Dave's way very uptight to be Juskadan every day. Exactly, it's a problem. I can't do it every day.
Well, that's good because you'd probably have multiple personality disorder if you did.
I think I have that anyway.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, I really am a different person on a daily basis.
Huh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, Mike, let's take a look at the slides. I wish we had a theme song for that. We don't have to go today, right? We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Are you're free?
I'm free all yeah. For,
I know we need a theme song for the slides. Slide
Ready for
presentation.
slides.
Yeah, so we started off. This is how we do it. You can comment on any part. This is Joe Biden making his first speech in the Oval Office. 4 years. Guy never made a speech in the Oval Office. He finally did it. I enjoy that photo. I don't know why, but I remember watching the speech and being like, this guy's going to run again. He doesn't have a chance. I mean, he was just so stumbling over words and he really seems old.
yeah.
You know, I mean, I wouldn't want to say that, but I'm nervous because, you know, this it's not, what would you call it? Helpful
to everybody alive right now.
well, to the party.
Mm.
And I'm Republican. So, but the people who are running as a Republican are insane. In fact, let's take a look at the next photo. I think, what do we have? Yeah, there's Mike Pence just joined the race.
Oh wow.
I mean, I'd prefer to see him. I mean, this is a guy at least, you know, he was like, I worship Donald Trump. I'm all in on Donald Trump. And then he was like going to get hung. And he's like, fuck Donald Trump. He was like, it was great that he made the turnaround on January 6th. So that's hilarious. But oh my God, him and his Bible. I don't know. Go to the next one. This is Nikki Haley, who I like because I find her attractive. So I will probably vote for her. Next. Yeah, shit show. Here we go. That's Chris Christie. Oh my goodness. The Republicans are back. Oi, where does this guy think this is a good plan? All the money he's going to try and raise for this, we could give to the people that need them, migrants, people in other countries. I mean, this sucks.
Do you know what Hulk hands are?
Yes.
I had a tweet once that yeah, that Chris Christie looks like he played with Hulk hands.
That makes sense.
But no, but I think I got one like.
Oh, sorry. I know exactly what you mean, and I think that's really funny.
Thank you.
The green Hulk hands.
Yeah.
Just got sad. Yeah, go to the next one, Mike. Oh yeah, this guy should run. No, this is the Pope, obviously, and he's getting kissed by a nun. Now, after this photo happened, he went to the hospital with abdominal pains because he got kissed by a girl, and he was like, "Ew," and it made him sick. That's a true story.
He does look a little off put.
Well, no, he really had abdominal pains, and he had to get abdominal surgery right after this photo was taken. Like, it wasn't planned.
Right.
The nun passed something on. You know, he's never been with a girl.
That applies here too.
That what?
This
Oh yeah, the
applies
shit
here
show.
too.
Right. Let's go to the next one.
Oh.
That is Prince Harry, or whatever they call him now, just
H.
Harry, right? And I mean, this guy, yeah, right. The Dalai Lama, he didn't want to kiss him. What was that? The no tongue, right? Ugh, God, that story sucks. You heard about that? The
Oh,
Dalai
of
Lama
course.
kissing boys.
You should have it back on every time, maybe.
You're probably right. So this is Harry coming out of a British tabloid. He's suing somebody. This guy can't stay out of the media. And we go to the next picture. I mean, did they get it right? Well, yeah. I mean, you go to the next one, Mike. I mean, it's this. It's the South Park. I mean, they're doing it. It's like, we know they're doing it, but he continues to do it. Yes, he is hot. It is true. But I mean, you saw the South Park episode where they were making fun of?
No, but I
Oh my
watched
God,
it.
it was unbelievable.
But yeah, it's very active.
They go on Oprah to be like, we want our privacy stuff, like, and then they get a house in South Park and they're drumming, leave us alone, you know, like outside, like with a band combo. It's just the perfect. They just got it right. These guys can't stay out. Why is he with the tabloids?
And
He
he has
lives
a
in
new book.
America.
He has a new book out too.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Netflix special.
Yeah. The South Park guys always get it right. I mean, Anonymous, nobody cares about Harry and Meghan. Nobody hates them or whatever. It's just like, shut up. Live your life. If you really want privacy, we shouldn't see you anywhere.
Yeah.
It's really, I talk about it every week. Please go to the next one, Michael. This was Wednesday. Can you folks believe this? Remember, I was talking about on my podcast this week. It was so fucked up. This is the George Washington Bridge, and that crosses New Jersey and New York. I mean,
Did you take this photo?
no, I have one that I took that of the Statue of Liberty like this. I just didn't put it in here.
Why not?
Because this looks clear and it's more professional.
Okay.
And it tells the same story. I mean, I cannot believe that was outside my window. That's right. Life on Mars. That's what I should have entitled my podcast this week. But I forgot that I had said it. And then I should have played David Bowie's Life on Mars. It's one of the best songs. I can play it on the piano.
Oh, yeah? You sing along, I'm sure.
I can't sing along and play at the same time
What?
yet. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
It's difficult. It takes me a long time to concentrate. So, the Yankee game was canceled. Oh, you mean... Oh, yeah, the Yankee game was canceled on that day, right? Jodie Comer walked out of Broadway. You heard about that. She couldn't. Oh, yeah, party was right. Yeah, they canceled. Yeah. Jesus. So go to the next one, Mike. I think there's a couple pictures of. Yeah, I can't. That's where I live.
Oh.
That's the exact. I live on the other side, right? That building, the stick. Man, that was messed up.
Yeah.
And it's just like. What's weird? What I couldn't figure out is like, where does the orange come from? Are they fire clouds? Where?
Yeah, smoke.
But
hitting
smoke doesn't like.
Yeah.
It's like, how did this happen? Why is it orange? Were the clouds on fire?
That's a very good question.
Yeah, I can't conceive of how this
the
could
way
have
the
happened.
sun reflected.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the sun. That makes sense.
smokiness.
Yeah, it's never occurred to me. At least those people are wearing masks. What are they doing out?
They don't even. Maybe they do have a camera.
No, that's the Queensboro Bridge,
Mm.
Angela. Go to the next one, Mike, please. Yeah, that's the World Trade Center, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's around where I was supposed to be that day, and I'm glad I didn't go down. You can go to the next one. That was some fucked up shit. Can't believe that. Oh, this was Pittsburgh. Big fucking deal. They should shut up. That ain't smoke.
This is Wednesday, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, everybody was on the East Coast. I mean, I still don't understand how it can travel this far and not just blow away and go out to the ocean.
Fine, yeah.
I never heard of such a thing. And I was just like, geez, adding on to the people. What you don't have to tell me if you don't want, but in fact, I'll just skip it. I was going to ask you your age in the sense of what year you were born. But let's just say anybody that's
You
born.
thought I was 25, so we'll just stick
I just
with
don't
that.
remember what you answered. But anybody that was born in 1997 has seen more stuff than any of our parents have seen in their lifetime. Because, I mean, you start with September 11th, you add in natural disasters that our parents did not prepare us for, that the likes of which nobody has ever seen, like Hurricane Sandy and stuff like that. That you add in the worldwide pandemic, you add in school shootings, which are just normal nowadays, and then you add this in, add it to the list. I mean, that's a fucked up 20 years for people that were born in 97. I don't know how they're gonna. I feel bad, and it's supposed to be at my age. I'm supposed to be goddamn kids don't respect nothing, but I feel horrible.
Just the environmental changes, like global warming and stuff. Everyone's kind of
Well, that's why I said the natural disasters that are
Yeah.
coming because of that.
impending
And-
doom. Just the feeling of impending doom is very widespread.
we had that when we're growing up in the sense of like nuclear war,
Right.
or maybe getting under our desks or something, but it wasn't real.
Right.
These are real. It's not like maybe it'll happen. They're all happening.
And also no preparation for what to do.
Yeah, no preparation. Nobody knows what to do. Everybody's saying Mayor Adams should have prepared for this. He knew it was coming. Please. I mean, who can prepare for this? You don't know what it's going to be like. I mean, who can prepare for a pandemic? I mean, it's like it's crazy.
Well, actually, our country was until Trump dismantled all that stuff.
Yeah,
so.
I did hear about that. Right. We should have been prepared more, but still, it's tough. I don't know.
The reason it's orange is because wildfire smoke blocks the shorter wavelengths like yellow, green, and blue. So only the red and orange can pass through.
Wait, what?
Wildfire smoke blocks shorter light wavelengths.
Oh,
like blue, yellow,
what's
and
the
green.
scientific thing? Probably
Yeah.
more like
So-
you were saying.
Yeah,
Only the
sun-
red and orange
Only
can pass
certain
through it.
wavelengths can get through from the sun.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just like, are there fire in that cloud? That's the way I was saying. I think like a little boy, an idiot. Anonymous, but Mike knows everything. It's true. Can we go to the next one, please? Oh yeah, there's the stupid fire in Canada. They never showed the fires in Canada. Like, they
Yeah.
never had footage of it. So, like, why don't they have footage of the fires in Canada?
Did anyone die? Did homes get destroyed?
I didn't hear a thing
Yeah.
about Canada.
No.
It's weird.
It's just put on your mask.
And like,
in
they
New
never
York.
showed the fire, where the fires were coming from. They just had a little map with a pin in it.
Mhm.
This is the first photo I ever saw of the actual fires.
Me too. Just now.
Yeah, it's weird, right? You can go to the next one. Oh yeah, this is hilarious. This is in Brazil. So this is probably the cause of all of this. This is not photoshopped. These are the houses, and on the left side is the Amazon rainforest. It just
That's
stops.
protected. That's why there's.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think here's the issue right here. Isn't that fucked up? Like, somebody's backyard is the Amazon rainforest. That's so weird.
Why is this the reason?
Because somebody must have cut it off. It couldn't just perfectly end there. Somebody must have built on the land, and that before they knew it needed to be protected.
Oh.
I mean, this couldn't be the way it was in the Bible.
Yeah, there were no houses.
You know what I'm saying? Or
Less
maybe that's
people.
my theory. I don't know.
But the,
Oh, real quick, Elizabeth is saying, no, it's not that we're not interested. They just
Oh,
weren't telling
Elizabeth's from
us.
Canada.
Yeah,
oh,
they weren't
okay.
telling us what was going on over there.
No, we don't watch Canadian news. Can you blame us?
They don't-
Anyway, let's go to the next one, please. Oh, and these are like a whole bunch of homes in Haiti. They're all on top of each other. And it's really funny because I'm like, well, we live in New York City. You know, what's the big difference? I'm like, the difference is everybody seems to live in houses there. And how dare they complain? It's like I used to watch some of those movies like In the Hood and stuff like that. And I remember they were like all angry but they lived in houses. And I was living in a little studio apartment in Queens, and I'm like, what are they angry about? They had lawns.
Like luxury.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
and I'm like, why are they so angry? This reminds me, they seem to live in houses. But that looks like not a fun place to live.
Was this in the news, or you just wanted to show this?
It's in the news.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
About what was the story?
I don't have no idea. I really don't care. I just like showing pictures. Sometimes, in fact, there's one coming up.
I
If you
like
go to the next
pictures.
one, Mike, I don't think it's this one, but yeah. Oh, so this one, of course, all I ever do is complain about the things that go on near my house and
Okay.
how I can't maneuver the parade, or Trump lived across the street for a while, his son, and it was driving me crazy. So this is my building, and they were doing a cliff diving thing so there was all this, it's always something. I'm looking out my window, it wakes me up, and this is fucking annoying.
Wait, where was there a pool?
No. Yeah, no, there's definitely a pool. They put a pool in there so they could dive off this
Was
cliff.
it for a movie?
Red Bull has World Series of cliff divings all the time. And
But this isn't a cliff, right?
no, this is an actual event
Oh,
that Red Bull puts together. Cliff, see, that's the diving board.
okay.
This isn't my apartment. I just like to think it would, because this is the kind of shit that happens to me all the time. Everybody knows. If you go to the next picture, you see this is in Boston, and it's like,
Oh.
they've upped cliff diving to a new level. I mean, it's just funny to do it in their office buildings. And I don't know what is the Charles River or something maybe they're diving into?
I don't know the one in
All I know is I always forget about this, and I want to watch it. I don't know if it airs on TV, but I would totally watch this.
Just go outside, right?
What's in Boston?
Oh, I thought the other one was New York.
No, I made fun.
Oh,
was
okay.
making fun that
I
that was
believe
my
you.
house.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like my apartment building. That's why it was funny, because stuff happens near my apartment building all the time, and it's really annoying.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
everybody knows how I get annoyed about
Have you done
old
stand-up
man
in,
yells at
in
cloud.
Boston?
Yes, last year I opened for Rachel Feinstein.
Me?
No.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
we were in Boston last year at Laugh Boston.
Ah,
Yeah, I had a really nice time.
so just schedule
That was
it.
last June, I
Schedule it when this is happening. You know?
Oh, damn, that's brilliant. I didn't even think about that. Right. I could totally do that on a Saturday before the show. I don't know why I didn't think about it. Charles Rivers. Yeah, I think that's where it is. You can go to the next one, Mike. Oh, yeah. This is in France, in Paris, on the, how do you pronounce it, Liz? Champs-Élysées. The Champs. It's like the most famous place, like road or something. Champs. I can't pronounce it properly. And this is a dictation It's like they're doing. We always put these Guinness World Record things. They're the most people like to set up a classroom where they're taking dictation, and I'm like, who even came up with that? Why? But it's weird.
Huh.
I guess they won because who else would have thought of that? So that's why I always think we could probably do a Guinness.
Yeah.
Just be like, most podcast guests ever, could 5 because nobody's done it. So it's like I guess we're in the books because until somebody has 6.
Those books come out still with the covers that are all
My
like.
guess is no. It must just all be online by now.
That's not
Yeah.
as
Well, I
fun.
know Anonymous, but I can't pronounce it. Champs-Élysées.
This would be my worst nightmare, sitting in the sun.
Oh, Champs-Élysées. Champs-Élysées pronunciation. Champs-Élysées. Champs-Élysées.
What's dictation?
That's like when somebody's talking and
Yeah.
you're like writing. So I used to do that. I was a legal secretary.
I had to do that too when parents got a divorce and only one of them had custody of the child or children, and then the other one had visitation rights, and I had to write down everything that happened for court records.
Your parents got divorced?
No, not me. I
Oh.
worked at a job in Staten Island for
Oh.
parents who needed visitation.
What were you doing in Staten Island? I told you never to go there. Remember when we first met? I said, "What do you?
Did you say that?
Why would you go to Staten Island?"
I lived there for a little bit.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to talk more about that. Oh, that's like the worst.
You
place.
lived in New Jersey. You're supposed to like Staten Island.
I know. I used to spend a lot of time in Staten
Oh,
Island.
you
It was
did?
awful. Yeah. I still go to Staten Island. I still hang out there. That's where I do all my gambling.
Oh, what?
Because all these bars have all this gambling in boxes and stuff. It's like weird.
Yeah.
I run these pools out there. They all know. I like every April I have to go there and like work these bars. They're disgusting. It's a long story. I'll tell you later.
Did you win?
Rachel, winning is not why I gamble. It's no. Anyway, but right. So you're not a sun person?
No.
Yeah, you.
Do I look like it?
No.
You don't either.
No, I'm the same exactly.
Are you? But you're Jewish and what?
I never tell people I'm Jewish. Just Jewish.
Have to
That's
take that
all.
out
Just
now.
Jewish, really?
Yeah. What are you? You're so great.
What do you think I am?
Just Jewish?
No.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay.
I just assume everybody's just, what? I mean, why do I have to just be just Jewish? And it's a religion. I mean, it's like just even calling people Jewish is anti-Semitic. Because it's a religion. It's like not. It's like it's a.
It's a confusing subject.
Yeah, everybody else is like Russian or Italian or something. It's like weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are you? I can't guess. I couldn't possibly guess.
Just guess.
I-
Just one guess.
Jewish and Italian.
Possibly.
No.
I have no idea.
My skin would be darker probably.
Oh, that's true.
What has
Yeah.
light skin?
Oh, Irish?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, your last name is Irish.
Lenahan. Yeah.
Lenahan.
Lenahan.
But you don't drink too much.
I've
I've only seen you have a beer and that's about it.
Yeah, well, 'cause
And
I
in
don't
fact,
wanna-
you had a cider that day. Oh, your parents must be angry at you. But
Nah.
you've never paid for a drink, and that's where the Jewish in it. Nice, nice. Scruffy Bones, you're Irish Mexican? Oh, you're asking if she's Irish Mexican.
No.
That's pretty good. Irish Jew. That's good. People think I might be Irish because I drink a lot of beer.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I'm a weird Jew because I do like to drink.
Some Jews do.
I don't know of any.
Oh.
Not the way I drink, like beer and like cans of beer.
Yeah. You
And
should
pints
do
of
one of
beer.
those DNA tests. Maybe you are a little bit Irish.
That's one of my jokes.
Oh, yeah?
I'm positive I will not be. It will come back 500% Jewish. The joke that I always tell is that I sent my headshot in and they just wrote back, "You're Jewish," and I'm like, that's not how it works. I don't think. Oh, Jenny's cousin is Jewish and Irish. Well, Jenny Cohn
Oh.
is Jewish and Mexican.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So is Louis C.K., right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hey, JWB. JWB was kind enough to up his game on my Patreon page, move to the $10 level so he gets to see the photos that coincide to Just Kansas City podcast, which everybody loves because they are epic and they're mostly food photos. And it's me hanging over the food. And this week I got new photos. They're going to be awesome. You're going to be happy. You bumped up to the $10 Maggie level. And the levels are like puppets. Like the first level is the Bernie level. It's a dog.
Uh-huh.
And it's like the $10 the Maggie level, and then there's the I don't know.
You have puppets?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about it. I love, but sometimes we have puppets on the show
Yeah.
making football picks.
Do you?
Who does it?
operate
It's
them?
Ralph, the dog from the Muppets.
You work
What?
the puppets?
No, I have. It's a real character. I can't tell you who works. It's nobody's
Oh,
working it. It's just Ralph the dog. No, my friend Memo does it all the time.
Aw.
Yeah, he works for Sesame Street.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's
That's
cool.
awesome.
But yeah, I can't. I just finally realized about what.
I just like the idea of Rolf the dog having a gambling problem on the Muppet.
Well, I have multiple things where we had him have a gambling problem on shows that are on YouTube now called Puppet Picks, where he says, "I have to say, I am biased. I love live podcast most." I'm so glad, Jenny. Yeah, I know you're on Marinas too all the time on Saturdays. I finally figured out that I've got to put moisturizer or sunblock on when I'm walking in the city. Like if I'm doing a charity walk for I do for ALS in May, well, you're in the city. Why would I think to put on sunblock? Well, I finally figured out you're on the west side highway, you're getting a lot of sun. I went to a funeral last Tuesday, put it on. Couldn't believe I remembered. And thank God I did, because I went and I was dark. I put on 15 or 30 block and I was dark. If I didn't put it on, I would have been burnt. And the worst part is the day you figure out you got to put it up here.
Yeah, dude,
That was the
where's
worst
that?
day.
You look like you'd be good in a hat. You do well in a hat.
Yeah, what kind of hat? I was wearing a hat for a while and people just made fun of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have pictures. It was really fucked up. I'll show you later. Let's move on to the other picture, Michael.
Okay.
Yes, these are Buddhist monks. I guess they're celebrating a Buddha, and they're waiting for a lantern lighting they're going to do. And the reason why I was showing this picture is like, it looks like they're going to be waiting a long time because it's daylight there. So this would be my worst nightmare, just sitting there Indian style.
They look like wine glasses.
They do look like wine glasses, but they are going to be lanterns that they're going to light. But oh, thank you, Liz. That's so kind. Marina has a podcast where she plugs her podcast, which is I always call it Black Like Me, but it's called Friends Like Us. It has actually nothing to do with, I'm just totally racist. And I'm racist on the program, and I'm trying to learn.
Yeah.
I'm trying not be racist, but everything I say is racist. So therein lies the fun.
You have a lot of
And-
live viewers.
Yeah. And then a lot of times Marina just cuts me out.
Yeah.
She just blocks my camera. Well, let's move on. We don't need Juskow here anymore. It's funny every time. Let's move on, Mike. Sorry. Yeah, that's a pile of shit. It's an artist sculpture in Australia, and it's made from recyclable, cans or whatever. It's just I appreciate the metaphor, but I would not want that on my beach.
My friend Ryan D did something like that, but put it by the Wall Street Bowl, like a bronze
I walk past that every day.
poop emoji.
Oh, he did it on Instagram, you mean?
Well, he did it in real life, but only for like a couple days. He got into the paper and everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's exciting.
Yeah.
It's gross, but it makes a message that you got to send. So I get it. I just don't like it, and I don't like looking at it. No.
It
Can you go to
looks
the next
bloody.
one? Yeah. Ew. That is a train crash, a 3-train crash in India, which is obviously having nothing trouble. Their trains are horrible and stupid and packed with people, and I don't think they take care of their tracks. So this was inevitable, but that's a good train crash.
Oh, gosh.
And train crash, right? And then I have the next one is like I felt like I was like now that's a knife. Now that's a train crash. that's the first thing I thought of when I saw that. Now that's a train crash. Now this is a train crash. It's a knife. If you watch that movie, that woman is such an asshole. I know he ended up marrying her from the show, but she's such a dick to him in the first one.
Yeah, but she's
just
pretty, right? That's
she's
the whole argument.
not pretty enough for what she does to him. First of all, she definitely makes it seem like she's into him. And then she goes back and she's engaged to a bigger douchebag who fortunately he punches in the face. And then she just leaves him in the city alone in his hotel. And she's just laughing the whole time. I hate her so much. I hate her. Sorry, I had to go on my rant. Anyway, the next picture is the real train crash from the Fugitive movie, where Harrison Ford. That's one of my favorite train crashes in movie history. You ever seen that movie?
Nope.
It's awesome.
What's it called?
The Fugitive.
Oh,
It's based
yeah,
on a
I've heard of
TV
it.
series from the 50s,
Yeah.
and Harrison Ford remade it in the 90s with Tommy Lee Jones. It's
Ah.
amazing. It's really, really good. Really good.
I'll watch
Yeah,
it.
I think I've seen it like 50 times. It's so good. And it's like, Harrison Ford, he's the best.
Is it an action film?
No, it's more like this is the only
It's a
real
thriller.
action. Yeah, it's more like a psychological thriller because he's framed. It lasted on television for like 5 seasons. It was a series because this guy was framed for the murder of his wife, a doctor, and he's searching for the killer. It was a one-armed man. He knows it's a one-armed man, and nobody believes him because there's no evidence. So the movie is just him searching for the one-armed man. So it's not. This is the only mostly the action that takes place.
Yeah, well, that one he jumps off the.
Oh yes, and the falls. What was that? The dam.
Yeah, I don't care.
Oh right. He's like, I didn't kill my wife, and Tommy Lee Jones is the marshal, and he's like, I don't care. That's not his job. My job is to take you back dead or alive because you broke out of. This is him breaking out of the thing. Yeah, right, Elizabeth. It's a really really good.
What if
movie.
they made a remake and it was a no armed man? Because I know somebody who could play that.
Oh, well, that would be.
Well, you'd have a hard time strangling that lady.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think that would work.
Okay.
I guess he could use his feet, but then it turns into a comedy.
It could be a comedy,
Yeah.
right?
You know a guy with no arms?
Yeah, but I don't know
That
what
would
happened
make
to
me
him.
uncomfortable.
His name's Chris Crespo.
Oh.
He was a comedian, but I don't know. He's kind of disappeared for. Maybe he moved somewhere else.
Oh.
He looks so disgusting.
Well, I think I don't think I can. I am not mature enough to have a friend with no arms. Many years ago, and I've told this story on the podcast before, I was friendly with now they call them a little person. We used to call them something else. And he was in my show at Catch a Rising Star, actually, and he was a nice guy. And there was talk about us becoming friends. Like he liked the Jets, and I used to tailgate at all the Jets games. And he's like, "Oh, I'd like to go with you." And I'm like, "All right, I'll bring you in." And then I realized I can't do it. I'm not secure enough in my own body to bring him along as my pal and introduce him to my friends.
People's bodies and their
I
physical
know.
presence.
I'm telling you
deeper into
the truth.
a person.
I think I could handle it now, but back then I could not.
Wait, how old were you then?
I was 45. No, I was 30 something. I was 30 something.
Ew.
Look, I'm telling you, I don't think I could have been that cool about it.
To be
okay?
fair, it's also everyone else around you that would also not have been cool about it.
Exactly. You bring them a tailgate. So have you ever seen Silver Linings Playbook? Because it's a really good depiction of a tailgate. Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence. Actually, we'll talk about that in a second. It's really great movie. And Bradley Cooper goes to this tailgate, and he's just gotten out of the mental institution. And he goes with his brother and his brother's friends. And his brother's friends goes, "Hey, I heard you just got out of the mental institution." He goes, "Dude, I said not to say that." But that's the brilliant about that movie is that when you're at a tailgate with your friends, you say that because it's just this, and you get it out of this way and you bond over it because they're like, "No, dude, it's all good. It's all." I don't know. There's something
so it's
about
an accepting place or it's a non-accepting place.
It's weird. If you see that movie, it's both because they're just have a problem with Indian people, but not the lead characters, but because you see that too. It's Philadelphia. Philadelphia's a mess. But at other tailgates, it's all accepting. It's all accepting. It's great. Tailgates are the best. It's the ultimate bonding experience, even from other people, like other teams. So I have video which I've shown on this show before, right, Mike?
Mhm.
Remember where we were now I go to the Giants tailgates, and we had Washington at the time called Redskins. This guy's wearing this chief outfit, the Indian chief, the full headdress and everything when it was acceptable. And we're all getting together and doing shots out of a shot ski. Have you seen that before where you all have to do shots at the same time?
What's a shot ski?
It holds like 3 shots
Okay.
and you all have to do it at the same time or it ruins everybody else's shot. So it's a true bonding experience.
Yeah.
And that's the way it's supposed to be.
You
But in Philadelphia, they don't do it that way.
I heard about male bonding where you cross streams of pee.
Those people are gay. That's not male bonding. That's just pathetic. That's fucked up.
I just learned about that yesterday.
Yeah, that's weird.
But you've known about this?
Yeah, everybody knows about it, but
Okay.
I don't want to do it, and I don't want to do it with another guy. And I don't
Everyone
wanna
lives
my
to
friends
dream,
do it with
Rachel.
me. What?
Everyone lives to dream, Rachel.
Yeah. So anyway, with this little person, just to end the joke, because I tell it. Oh, there it is. Thank you. Yeah, that's a shot ski. See, the ultimate. Is that Rachel Feinstein?
It kind of looks like it, right?
Right. So anyway, with this little person, just to finish the story, because we do have to go soon. I asked him to be in a play again. I said, "Hey, we're going to do this again in around, or do you know somebody else? Because he couldn't make it in like December 1st. We're going to do the play again." And he was like, "Are you nuts? Are you crazy? Have you lost your mind? What do you fucking think? Use your head. I'm like, what'd I say? What did I say? And he goes, you can't get a little person in this town during that time of the year. We're all at Radio City Music Hall. We're all working the Rockettes, you know, the show, the Christmas Spectacular. And I'm like, all of you? You know, and he's like, yeah, because even if we're not in the show, we're working the sides, working the scene. And I'm like, I didn't know. Yeah, you don't think, Juskow. That's your problem, right? He's screaming at me, right? So 20 years go by. And my friend Memo, we just talked about puppeteer or whatever, he calls me, he goes, listen, my daughter's having a birthday party. We want you to come. However, my wife told me to call you and tell me there's going to be a little person here so you don't say something stupid. And I'm like, thank you for telling me. I go there and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy looks just like the guy that we got into a fight with 9 years ago. So I call my friend. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was the guy. He goes, oh, yeah, you know, one little person, and that's the guy. And then I showed him the picture. I had a picture that I saved for all these years. And I'm like, is this him? And he goes, oh, that is him. And so then it turns out he owns this bar in Queens that I've talked about on the show called Solid State, where me and Gabriel went there from Canada. He came down, we went. He owns it with my friend Memo. I mean, it's just such a coincidence. And I go in there for their opening day, and it's a pinball machine bar. It's awesome. I don't know if you're interested. I'll take you there one day. It's really cool. You can play all these vintage pinball machines, you know. And I go in there and I broke the pinball machine. Like the first quarter I put in, something happened. And then I see that kid and we hadn't seen each other. And he goes, God damn it, Juskow, you're still driving me crazy. Like he was still angry 20 years later. He was still angry at me. So it's my favorite story. Anyway, let's move on to the next picture. We're almost finished, I think, or we need to be. So this is a painting that's just being auctioned off. I can't read the thing up top of what it's called. I couldn't even pronounce it if I tried. Who does this look like to you?
Jennifer Lawrence?
Who?
Jennifer Lawrence?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, exactly. We just talked in Silver Linings Playbook. Go to the next picture. I mean, I think I hit this one out of the park. I mean, look at that. Go back, please. I mean, a little, right?
Yeah.
The hair, definitely.
Yeah, it's that same outfit and everything. That's from Silver Linings Playbook. I'm going to go to the next picture. I got another picture from that movie, too. Yeah. I love this movie. I've seen it a dozen times. It's
Yeah.
she won the Oscar for this, and there's a scene in it where you actually know why she won the Oscar. Like it's so good.
Mhm.
You're like, wow, this is such a good scene. I think that's the exact. It's like when Joe Pesci is doing the "How do you think I'm funny?" Then you know, like when I was watching it the first time, I'm like, he's going to win an Oscar for that. It's like when you see sometimes a scene like that, you're like, wow, this is really.
Yeah,
It's
you
really
can
terrific.
tell.
Yeah, it's a great job. So go to the next one, please, Mike. Oh, God, that's Grace Jones doing a performance. Man, she's still got it, man. She's out there. Grace Jones, she's been around since the 80s. Yeah, she's nuts.
She sings?
Yeah, she sings. She acts. In the 80s, she was in a bunch of, who knows,
She was in
Kerplunk
Conan the
songs.
Destroyer.
What?
She was in Conan the Destroyer.
Conan the Destroyer. She was in a James Bond movie. She's actually a Bond girl. Roger Moore sleeps with her. She scared the hell out of me. I don't think I could have sex with her. I'd be emasculated. Go on, please. Oh yeah, these are just a bunch of jerk offs. There are like 1,000 musicians at one thing. It sounds like really annoying. I would hate to have been again trying to get a Guinness Book of World Records thing. They probably don't even need 1,000. You could probably put 40, and it's probably the limit. You know, I've always hated that. Sorry.
Did you ever try to grow out your fingernails really long?
No, why?
That's like a Guinness Book of World
Oh,
Record thing.
yeah, that's not the record. I have tried to grow my pinky finger long. I've
For
done it.
coke?
Yeah. Yeah. How'd you know? Yeah, it's
That's
exactly.
the only reason why anyone does that.
I've done it before.
How long did you get?
Got like around here, maybe. It got
Yeah.
long. It was
Yeah.
disgusting.
Not long enough for a record.
No, and I didn't want it long enough for a record. It was just kind of exciting, you know.
To watch it grow.
No, I was trying to be cool. You know. I had an earring and I had
the 80s.
I think that one was in the 90s. So yeah. You know, I had such a problem trying to be cool that I was on this TV show, one of the Caroline's TV show, and I wore this hoop earring inside another hoop earring that was dangling. And I thought, once people see this, that's going to be the new trend. And people told me it won't be. And I'm
No.
like, no, you'll see. It was a hoop with another hoop. That's what I thought. people
It's
were gonna
something
start wearing.
new, right?
Well,
No
that's
one-
what I thought, but it apparently didn't take off at all, and everybody told me I look stupid. And unfortunately, it still exists.
I got my nose pierced in my senior year of high school, and then that became a trend, a little bit of a trend.
Oh, it sure did, but where is it now?
It kept getting like
Infected?
caught on stuff, on my
Oh.
pillow. It wasn't worth it. And then whenever that happened, I would get sick, because
Yeah.
like infection came
Yeah,
in
yeah.
through the
Well, you see the girls I know now, the girl at the bar over there, that they have the the things inside their nose and they push them
Septum.
up. Yeah.
to hide it, right?
Yeah, they hide it when they're working, but
Yeah.
then they take them out at night. Yes.
Yeah.
Ugh, drives me nuts. Go to the next one, Mike, because we're running out of time, right? We got to be out for 7:30.
No, there's no one after us.
Oh, well then, no. Remember we had this picture last week. This is even worse. It's like a sheep show, like one of those sheep, like in Babe.
Dutchess County Fair.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But it just looks like this. This one's good for slaughter.
Yeah, that is like a butcher's coat jacket.
Yeah, it's creepy as hell. Can you go to the next one, please? Oh yeah, this is in Washington D.C. and that's the Secret Service making sure the ducks get across the White House to the next level. Okay, I'm like,
So
is that that Secret Service guy? Is this really my job? It's like Nicolas Cage in that movie with Shirley MacLaine. What's that
Guarding
one?
tests.
Yeah. I knew you'd know. Guarding tests, right? He's like, why is this my duty? I'm a Secret Service guy. I got to take care of the vice president's widow. That's my job. That's what this guy's saying. Are you kidding me? Now you make sure those ducks get across the street, or else it's your head. Do you understand? But I want to be inside at the White House with you guys.
I would prefer this.
I would too.
Yeah.
Go to the next one, please. Yeah, there's one of the pictures I like. That's what I like, just showing pictures that are cool. That is the strawberry moon. Yeah, right, Scruffy Boats. That's a good one, right? You know who else is in that? Austin Pendleton as the driver. I love that guy. Yeah, this is a strawberry moon. It's the last full moon of the spring, and it totally looks like the Statue of Liberty is holding the moon.
Doesn't look like a strawberry though.
Well, it probably did look a little more strawberry, but the camera probably makes it look a little more orange.
Doesn't
I think
look
they're
like
just
the
talking about the
shape.
color.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Like a strawberry blonde. You want me to make you a picture of the Statue of Liberty holding a strawberry? Is that what you would like?
No.
What would you like?
No, I have more stuff I think I'd like you to do than that. Well, when you come up with something that I want, then I'll
Okay,
let you know. That's not it. In fact, I would be like, I don't know. She made this. I didn't want to. I wanted to be polite.
I don't
You
think
know?
you'd be polite. You would.
Yeah,
I don't
that
think
much,
you
yeah.
have it in
You'd
you.
give it to me, and I'd be like, "The hell is this?" Yeah, I'm bad at that. I just like this photo a
Yeah,
lot.
that's
So,
beautiful.
it looks like you're on a different planet when
Hmm.
you see this. It looks like you're in Star Wars with the two moons.
Hmm.
Go to the next one, please, Mike. I think we're almost done. Oh yeah, this is for anonymous, of course. Aaron Judge getting injured. Meanwhile, he's out, and the Yankees can't play without him. It's so weird. I mean, he's the guy, and he's definitely the guy. And he was in LA playing the Dodgers, and they have this horrible. I think they have the oldest stadium in the country, right, Mike? Or is there one other? I think this is the oldest stadium. Everybody got brand new stadiums except Los Angeles. Go figure. And he was trying to catch a ball, and usually they fixed this so you don't get injured, but not at this stadium. And he totally hurt his toe on that thing there, and he just and now he's out for a month.
Yeah, Fenway is the oldest.
Oh, Fenway's the oldest, of course. That makes sense. Yeah. So this was right. This must have been built in the 50s when they moved out there, right?
They should make steel toe cleats. I've always been saying that.
Fenway opened in 1912.
Yeah, 1912. This must have opened in the 50s for sure, right? I mean, when they moved out there for California baseballs, they say we didn't start the fire in the Billy Joel song. But yeah, well, third oldest after Fenway, Wrigley, right?
That's in Chicago. Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Good one, anonymous. The Yankees are playing the Mets tonight too. Ugh, worst day of the year for me. Let's
You
go to the
like
next one.
New York baseball.
No, I like the Mets, and everyone else likes the Yankees, so it's a difficult day for me.
Yeah, you're gonna get into a fight tonight.
No, I won't. That's why I won't go to the games when they're like that. I won't go to the Rangers Devils. I don't like when I'm on my home turf, which would be Citi Field, and there's all Yankee fans.
Yeah.
It's really frustrating. You can skip this one. It's stupid. Oh, 1-1 at the bottom of the first. Thank you.
Oh, what is this?
Yeah, come on.
It's just like what are they called? Wing flyers or something. It's the reason I put it up is because it's like these idiots always end up crashing. And that's why this is a funny picture, because they're like
they all died.
Yeah, they all end up dying.
But he's on top. He could just fall off, right?
Yeah. But
That's like
no,
Subway
nobody ever falls off. The planes crash.
That's
Happens all the time. We always put footage of it.
yeah.
Yeah, it happens all the time at these air shows. It's really funny. That's the reason I put it up, because it's
Oh.
just comical, because this is what happened next. You know?
No more Aero Superbatics.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is Rachel's painting. That the first thing she showed me.
Is this Three's Company?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's Richard Klein, who's our friend and who's been on the show before. And that is John Ritter. And Rachel painted this, and I love it. And she asked me if she thought I would think Richard would think it was great. I'm like, absolutely. And I sent it to John Ritter's wife, Amy Yazbek, too, because I knew she would like it too, because it's fantastic. It's really great. I like your style. You know, it's like nobody else's. And I just want this to, I don't know whether you took this from a photo.
Yeah, I think I kind of combined a few photos, or I was looking at one main reference.
And the best part about this, of course, they're in character, because it takes place obviously in Three's Company. They're in the Three's Company wardrobe, and they're, you know, at the place. But the best part is that they were that close. They were
Yeah.
friends.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Oh, that's okay.
I changed the color of his shirt.
How the
That's
fuck
what
did
it
you
was.
find that? That's amazing.
That's what I do.
So I feel like this is not in the show, like it's off the set.
right,
You know,
right,
and
yeah.
that's what makes me so happy. Richard, you know, we've talked about this at length, that we've heard from everyone that John Ritter was the best person and so awesome. People loved him. The way they are always rooting, right? Talk about like something like, I don't know, there's always one person that's just so nice, and they can't get like a show or a movie going,
Yeah.
but everybody Michael J. Fox. There's a guy, maybe not the best actor, it doesn't matter, but he's so, I mean, before he got sick, you just were rooting for him always. Just seemed like what you see is what you get. And I've been told, oh, look at
Aw,
that.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you.
look at the next one.
Aw.
There was one more. Yeah.
Oh,
She made this
yeah.
at the end of my episode of Crashing.
That's what I really liked about that episode. You can tell that you're all such like good friends.
Yeah,
so
well,
close. And this was
you-
just the first draft too, so don't be too
Yeah,
harsh.
you
on
can
it.
you can make me look a little bit more attractive. Yeah, so what am I eating? An ice cream? What do I have? What am I blowing something? Or
Yeah, you're eating. You guys are eating stuff.
yeah.
I'll make a better version of it.
No, it's all right.
this is
No,
a
it was
quick-
fantastic.
this is a
That was so
quick,
sweet
rough
of you.
Draft.
It was so sweet of you to send. I loved it. And,
But you can tell that your bond is so strong with all you guys. So
we just met.
you're
That's good.
comedians.
I had
yeah.
only met Pete, but obviously I know Steve and Sarah. Actually, I was the one who introduced Steve to Sarah, and then they became better friends than we are. I was very angry about
I
that.
did try working on Sarah's face more than the rest of you because
I would
she's
have
a
done that
woman.
too.
Yeah,
You're not an idiot. Yeah, because I sent it to her.
you did.
Of course I did.
What did she say?
He's like, "What the hell do I look so Jewy for?" No, I'm just kidding. She was happy that he made her nose smaller. Right, she's wearing the overalls. That's right. Ugh, I hate her outfits. But
what are you talking about?
and the funny thing about that Devils jersey that I was wearing, they asked, I just bought it myself. Since I look so fat in the show, it's funny when I'm wearing that Devils thing, I look very slim. Oh, I don't know what that means. They put me in a towel. It's not really fair. I don't know if you know the story about that, but that towel. Was
Yeah, you
supposed to
told
be up to
me.
here.
Yeah, at each take they lowered it a little
Oh,
bit,
boy.
or you
I
lowered
tell you,
it.
That is acting. That is acting. That's Steve Agee. He was in. He was just in the Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and
he's a good man. Good
Peacemaker.
Man. He what? Yeah,
And
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Yeah, in TV
He's great.
series. So now he's like a superhero. That's what he's always wanted. That's good. But great work. Great work. Everybody's excited. See, these are going to be your new fans. They
Aww,
take things very serious.
That's
they
really
check out your work
nice.
all the time. They're really
wow.
really good about that. When they find like somebody who's sitting here who they like, they they get excited.
That's
And
so
now they can
cool.
see how talented you are, and it's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll make a better version of that one. Now that I see
That's
it
all right.
big, it's like.
No, it looks good.
And but you
You were
didn't
gonna-
respond. I sent it to you. You didn't respond.
I didn't.
No. So
Maybe I was mad
like,
at
oh,
you
you're
that
pro-
day.
yeah.
I
The-
do get angry, because you kept running out on me every time we would get together. We would have. I mean, you guys, if you listen to my podcast, you know this, and you know about this particular story. I mean, I definitely told on the podcast. And I was like, I can't stand when we're like we're gonna meet up. I remember that day. I took the city bike all the way down to Penn Station, the worst area in the country, but I was meeting her, I guess, after class. And then she was able to have one beer, and then she left. I'm like, that's it? That's all the time I get? Believe me, I complain about this all the time. Getting rushed out of restaurants and stuff is like I'm so angry. It happened to me. Oh, what are your socials? Yeah, good. It's at Rachel Lenahan comedy. Right, because I thought you're
It's Instagram. Yeah.
right. That's Instagram,
Yeah,
and
that's
I
all
just
the-
I put you on Twitter. I tweeted today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
I don't really use it. as
Rachel
much.
M Lenahan.
Yeah, probably. Oh, you know it better than I do.
Yes, I do. I deep dive my guests.
The chat requested this be brought up.
Oh, come on, man.
Can I make a drawing of this for you?
No.
Can you make it for me?
Yeah.
Shut up. I hate all of you. No. Damn it.
It's such a funny part.
No,
It's
it's
great.
not.
It's a great picture. I love that picture.
Yeah.
It is
It's such a.
it is a classic. I mean, it's just
I would hang that on my wall.
very
For sure.
embarrassing. It's
I'll
very
make it for you.
embarrassing.
Thank you. Rita.
Yeah.
I think I could still pull off that look.
I think you can pull it off right now. Let's
You
try it
have
out.
that towel at home?
That was not my towel. No.
What kind of towels do you have?
Not striped ones, because that is what makes you even look fatter. It was like the worst towel ever. You know, I got a pure black one because black is slimming. Even if you're only, I still look like, one of my.
I'll make it on a pillow. for
Shut
you.
up, Angela.
Wait,
Um,
who's Angela? That's your
No, it's just
friend.
podcast listener, and she. I'm friends with all these people now. Like
Aw.
they've been around for years. And
That's awesome.
Sexual Healing by Marvin Gaye. She lives in Phoenix and loves comedy. She just saw David Tell out there recently, and whoever goes out there, we send our comics. We like everybody here, Jenny and Catalina and Anonymous. Well, Anonymous, we don't. She won't let us know who she is, which makes sense. But the other people I have good relationships with outside this,
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
we talk on either Instagram or email or whatever, and
Yeah.
they're really terrific people. Jenny ghosted me for a while, but now she's back, and I'm glad. And she won't even tell me why, and that's the worst part. I was devastated.
You
I mean,
were-
I've never
you're
even
very
met some of these
emotional.
people.
What's your
I
sign?
get
What's your
attached.
astrology sign?
I'm a Leo. It doesn't make any
Oh,
sense.
you're
I
a
shouldn't
Leo.
care. Right?
Oh my god.
I guess I do care. I care about me.
Yeah.
I'm like, why don't you like me?
Yeah,
I guess there is something to it, but
Are you a July? Wait, August.
August,
Oh, okay.
August 13th.
Aw.
Yeah. So I get attached to these people who have become my friends.
Yeah.
They're definitely my friends. Sometimes if they come to town, I will meet them. And what can I do, right, Mike? I mean, we're involved with these people now.
Yeah.
They're our friends. They come here every week.
The community.
It is a community, and it's great. They love talking to each other. My Aunt Judy, all she tells me is like, "We don't even care about you. We just talk to the chat." I'm like, "Thanks for keeping telling me that. I appreciate that very much." But that's what I was going to say. You were going to tell me something where it said that after Pete and I met, we hit it off.
Yeah.
And then we started hanging out a little bit, and I was on his podcast, and because I remember we talked for like 2.5 hours first, and we hadn't really spoken at all. But
well, I watched a clip on YouTube where I think he said that was his the most he's ever laughed,
yeah,
right?
yes, that's right. Yeah, well, that was just perfect too, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a great. I mean, it was a great moment. Like the staff was even like, "Hey, thank you for that," because we needed a moment like that. We were all going crazy. And what was I doing? I wasn't doing anything. You know what I did to make him laugh that hard? I was in the towel, so it started there.
Yeah.
But it was after I came in and we had done our first scene, and then I just made this face, which he knew what it was from. It was a face from The Simpsons that I just picked up when Gabbo. I don't know, Mike. Do you remember the puppet Gabbo
Yeah.
does something? It was just like this. It was a cross between that and a face that Ray Bolger makes in The Wizard of Oz for some because he's like an idiot. Like he's making like it's just this face, and he just thought that was like he got it, and he just thought he couldn't stop laughing. And so that's what he talks about, which is funny because every time I'm on a show, they have a DVD extra about me. And I'm only the guest star. I mean, I guess I should be honored, but it's always something also derogatory. It's like, well, Jusco comes in, his boobs are all over the place. It's something like that, right? It's like
It's not flattering for
it's
you.
not flattering. And the one on the Sarah Silverman show, they're like, well, we were looking for the most annoying person on the planet. Yeah, that's see. I mean, that's not even the face that he's made. He's over her bed. It's at the end. And he's just like, was I in your dream? And he's like, he's got some problem, like a twitch. And I just remember it because it's weird. And nobody ever notices that kind of stuff but me. This is why I teach a class in this now, because I want to show the kids. Yeah. It's excellent. But
sorry.
oh, that's okay. No, I'm just saying. So on the Sarah Silverman show, they're like, we were looking for the most annoying person on the planet, and there were no auditions. We just Sarah knew Dave, and she goes, I got the guy for you. I mean, it's always something non-flattering.
Right,
It's,
right,
It
right.
like should be flattering because like, well, they're talking about me, but it's always like the worst. And then Sarah comes in, she goes, yeah, we were filming, and he was filming, and this girl comes over my shoulder. She goes, ugh, I know a guy like that. And you're like, yeah, he's right there. He's not acting. So, anyway, I just suppose I should be honored, but I
You're
did
in the
get them.
comedy field.
Yeah,
It's
I'm in
not
the
going to be
comedy.
flattering.
No, it's funny. It
Oh my
doesn't.
God.
I have a very thick skin about that, and I think that's why people, like me in that sense, because I absolutely can make fun of myself. Like a lot of comics cannot.
Hmm.
The Bobby Kelly, who's this guy rips on everybody, right? Mike rips on everybody, but he's very sensitive.
Mm.
And David Tell.
Oh, really?
Oh
He's
my
been-
God, he's sensitive. He's so
Aw.
sensitive. It's so funny. So I think that's what they like. I can. There it is. Yeah,
Oh, that's the face.
yeah, that's the face. And you can't. It's not moving, but that's the face I was making. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's like bad acting.
Yeah.
And when you see it live next time, look for it, and you will see what I mean. There's also a kid in 16 Candles who's on the bus with Anthony Michael Hall and Marlon Wingo at the beginning, who I think does that exact look as well.
Hmm.
So those three things combined, I just put into. It's like this. It's like you open them. Like there's one like look, and it seems to make people laugh, I guess.
How did it come up within the filming of the episode, or it was not related? You were just
I was just
goofing off a little bit.
no, we were filming and I was just making the face as part of the acting.
Oh, okay.
Like he was like saying, I guess I could stay. Or like I was saying, asking if he wanted wheat bread, and he goes, all right, wheat is fine. Something like that. It was just, oh yeah, that's the kid. Yeah, look, he's still with the eyebrows.
Wow. You're
How do you find this shit?
That's
Fuck.
crazy.
He's so good.
Yeah.
He's so
What
talented.
keyword did you type in?
I just look for it.
Okay.
Oh, Liz says Bobby Kelly is sensitive. You're a good sport, Dave. Maybe that's what makes you popular, I guess. It makes you popular with the other comics, I guess. That's why they want to. That's why they like having me open for them, because I bomb a lot, and they enjoy that as well. And it doesn't seem to bother me. That's why Jim Gaffigan had me open for him during
Gaffigan
COVID,
did?
because everybody was in their cars.
Oh.
And they're like, why are you using Juskow? And he goes, oh, he doesn't give a shit. So he'll just go through his material. He doesn't need laughs. He just keeps
He
going.
doesn't
Doesn't
need
care.
that.
Oh, that first time when we were at the track that day, he was watching. Marina told me later he was watching on the stage, and he was just like, wow, he was laughing so hard at you because you just didn't. He's like, look at him. He's having the best time, and no one's laughing. No one's laughing because everybody's in their car.
Yeah.
Couldn't hear anybody, but,
Yeah.
but he's just like, look at him. He's having the best time.
Did you enjoy it? in
Oh, I
fact?
totally enjoyed it. It was 4,000 people.
Where? That was
Got
New
excited.
York? Where was this?
It was at the track in New Jersey. Oh, look, now you can see. Yeah, there, look. Yeah, so he's like, it's like a weird, yeah, look. Right? Am I wrong? Did I capture it?
You added like neck and shoulder. Yeah. You enhanced it. You made it better than it was originally.
I don't like to brag, but thank you. Anyway, Rachel, this has been so much fun. You were an excellent guest, even though I did all the talking. But that's what we do here. That's what we do. Literally, you need to show about your true life PDJ. Yes, I know, like Curb. I know. Everyone says that. You know, it's so funny. Years ago, people were saying that too. I know that doesn't sound very modest, but I get that a lot because my life is interesting. And in the 90s, I went to VH1 and I was pitching a show. And the show was stupid. I don't even remember what it was. But I'm like, well, you know what everybody wants me to do? They want to follow me around because my life is funny. And the guy who was there knew me, this guy, Dave Hamilton. He goes, well, yeah, we'd like to do that. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that. Like they actually wanted to do the show. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not interested in that. I'll just go back to my temp job. Thank you, though. That's happened multiple times where I had a show and the people are like, well, maybe we could make it animated. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
You just want what
I just
you
got to finish the toner cartridge at my job and, whatever. I keep ruining everything. That's what I do.
and it makes you happy.
No, it doesn't. But I enjoy talking about it now.
Yeah.
It's funny. Anyway, Rachel
Give me a
Lenahan.
handshake. I want to see if
That'll be awkward.
I wanted to see if it showed in both cameras. It didn't work.
Oh. Weird way to end. We're having
Sorry.
such a good time. No, it's okay. No, you're fun.
Thank you.
And I like your comedy. Where can we possibly see you besides the YouTube which I know everybody's going to check out because you see that whole episode. You definitely want to see that.
Yeah, well, go if you go to rachellenahan.com, I think the episodes are both posted there, and some of my stand up. I just have one set. I got to
Well,
get
where
better.
can we see you live?
Oh, live. Let me see. Sorry.
Oh, this is awkward.
Well, on Saturday, I'll be at the Grizzly Pear.
Well, nobody will be able to see you Saturday. They'll be at me and Mike's show.
Oh, that's right. Okay. No, but it's at 10:30. Your show's at 8:30.
That's true. Right. You wanna drive to Rutherford and then drive back here.
Yeah.
Grizzly Pear's right next door.
Or Friday at Beauty Bar at 9:30.
Oh, I haven't been to the beauty bar in years. I didn't know
Yeah.
it still existed.
Did you ever get your nails painted? You
Yeah.
seem like yeah.
My
like you'd
friends
like
used
that.
to own a unisex company called Tony and Tina's,
Oh,
a unisex makeup company. And so at their launch party, they were doing all this stuff. And the guy asked, "Do you want me to paint your nails with black nail polish?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "What if I did every other finger?" And I'm like, "Okay." And I did that. And then my mother saw it and she made me take it off.
What?
Again, I was 40.
Why
That's a
did-
true story. Yeah.
Was there like Thanksgiving the next day or something?
I don't remember, but I saw her like 3 days later.
You don't strike me as someone who listens to authority figures.
Well, that's why it was weird. Like she hated it that much that I
Ah.
was like, "Geez, maybe I should take it off." I don't know. I was nervous.
I think that looks like that would be a cool look. What if I'm gonna do that next time I see you?
Yeah, well, you
Well,
doing it doing it doesn't matter. I mean, you're a girl. It's okay. But
But I've
when I
never-
get a manicure, I never get the polish, even clear polish. I just get a buff.
Ah.
It's delightful.
You like when someone holds your hand, I bet.
No, actually, I hate that part, but I do like to get it clean, and I like to get a pedicure now. I was for a while wasn't getting that. I was one of the first men that got manicures.
I believe
I got it at 13. I got it in 1977 was my first manicure. My grandmother made me get one. We didn't even know what it was. I'm like, "Are you sure men don't get manicures?" And she's like, "Sure they do. You do."
So your grandmother would have been accepting of your black nail polish. I'm
No, she wouldn't have been accepting of that either. That was way different. So then we also, me and my friend who turned out to be gay, got our nails done for the prom. And then we went to the prom showing everybody, "Look." And I didn't do it this way. I kept doing it this way. And they're like, okay, who the fuck is Dave Juska? That's right. The Netflix guy. I always thought maybe it's called, oh, thanks, Jen. Thanks, Jen. Yeah, this was a fun show today. Anyway, now men get their nails done, but they didn't when I first was doing it. So I feel like I started.
Yeah,
it.
you're a bit of a hipster.
But so we can see the Grizzly Pear and then the beauty bar. And that's great. And she performs pretty much every night. And you go to her webpage and you probably list where you're playing, right? Or on Instagram or something.
yeah, I usually have it in my stories.
I love that you play every day, but I also hate it because then you can't hang out. Mike and I will be at the Williams Center. I keep calling it the Wilson Center. That's not correct because I'm thinking of the basketball or the whatever the from Castaway. It's called the Williams Center in Rutherford, New Jersey. It's kind of a fun place. But Mike and I are together. You can't go wrong. That's this Saturday at 8:30. It's a fun show. The people that own the place are really nice. It's a big old place. So it's kind of cool. You'll like it, Mike. It's really interesting.
Awesome.
I don't know.
Why'd
whether
you say it wouldn't be a good show to bring a friend?
No, that was said in private to you that you weren't supposed to mention on this live show. I will tell you that later. But yeah, keep that to your. No, I didn't mean that. It's going to be wonderful. No, it's not ready. It's getting its feet together. It's getting its feet together.
Right.
So
And this
that's
friend
the,
was driving from upstate.
Well, that's why I'm saying I'm like I don't know whether this would be the place you want. Now you got me in trouble. All right. Anyway.
Oh no, you're
Yeah.
gonna.
Well,
hate
you know
me
what
for
the
3
good
months
news is
again.
there's no way Hot Tem is going to watch 2.5 hours of the show. There's no way, he'll maybe watch the first 10 minutes. Oh, I have this girl on who I think would be good for the show. So there's no way he'll get to this part.
No.
So, okay.
Can I do a
Because
day
now
with
you
my-
probably get me fired now.
No.
Well, I'm on his list now that I'm already in trouble because I've been making fun of Kate Herman. So got in trouble with him yesterday. He's like, "Please don't do that. I want it to be a safe space for everybody." And I'm like,
Yeah.
I understand. So now I've ruined it even more. Oh well, whatever. I haven't been working for years. What's the difference now? I do love doing the show. I mean, I love it. I really like it. No, I'm not just kidding. He knows I like it. I have a good time. I like going there. I like being the host. I'm having a good time doing it. Anyway, Mike, where else? We'll be here again next week. Are you performing anywhere else besides there?
But then this week, no. But you can watch Retrospective Promenade. With,
White Lightning this week, huh?
Yeah, with me, Aubrey, and Alex Hansel.
Nice.
And this week we have coming up White Lightning. Last week was Legend of the Fall. White Lightning, the precursor to Smokey and the Bandit, along with WWE and the Dixie Dance Kings.
Is it directed by Hal Needham?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I'll know for sure by the time we go over the episode. But
This movie is the one that ruined him, even though Smokey and the Bandit was one of the highest grossing movies of 1977. And then Smokey and the Bandit 2 was even higher.
Was
Smoking the Bandit 2 was
Southfield
the one
in the
that
second one?
Yeah, and the first one.
I know the first one.
Yeah, she was in the second, but it's weird. She's not in the whole thing. It's like you can see her career just took off after that. I think she won an Oscar right after that, right? For
I think so.
Norma Ray.
Yeah, right after.
So
Norma Ray.
yeah, and that changed her whole career around because everybody was thinking of her as the Flying Nun. I don't know if you know about that.
Yeah, I read her biography.
Oh, you did? Yeah. So Smoking the Bandit, she was dating Burt Reynolds at the time, but maybe she was dating him for that reason. And then she went on the Tonight Show and had fun and put shaving cream on stuff. It was spraying. She was having fun like Burt Reynolds, and then people saw her a different way, and then she was able to get really unbelievable acting jobs. She's been around for so long. She's so cool.
Yeah.
I saw 80 for Brady. She's still adorable.
Yeah, White Lightning, the sequel is terrible. It's called Gator.
Oh, that's the sequel to White Lightning?
Yeah.
Gator?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but he made it after he started wearing the toupee.
Yeah, remember I just saw a Burt Reynolds movie I'd never seen before called Starting Over from 1979. I just watched it. I'm like, let me see this because everybody used to be talking about it. It sucked. But he didn't talk that much and he was unshaven. Or he shaved his mustache. I'm like, let's see a movie where he doesn't have the mustache.
And it wasn't good.
He sure is attractive, though. I'll tell you that. All right. Anyway, next week, comedian Joey Cola will be here. As I mentioned to you last week, he is not only just a terrific comedian, but he was also a huge warm-up guy. He was warming up the Rachel Ray show for years. It just ended, and she had him on and said, "Look, this is Joey Cola. He's amazing." I saw him warm up America's Got Talent. He's amazing. There's probably footage of all this stuff. He's the guy. He'll definitely get work again, and I've known him since the 80s. He is terrific and super funny. That'll be a podcast where I probably don't talk as much because he won't let me get a word in. So it'll be two guys just talking against each other, and that might be fun, or sometimes that doesn't work out. But the sound quality here is excellent, so it picks up. And on the Billy Joel A to Z podcast this week, we didn't start the fire. Oh, no, this week is, I don't know what this week is, but it's the V's wrap up. Okay, next week is We Didn't Start the Fire. I forget on Tuesdays. The V's wrap. You don't want to watch that. But We Didn't Start the Fire will be super fun and whatever. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody. This is the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show. We will see you here next Tuesday. Have a wonderful week. And obviously, if you are in New Jersey on Saturday, we'd love to see you. But otherwise, great show today. Rachel, you're wonderful. Mike, thank you so much for everything and all the clips and the unbelievable work you do. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week.